Oh yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, stand to your feet and make noise for Gresh.
Let's go! When the club go around here, I'm the cat. This bang bang gang, I don't owe you jack. When I'm in the ring, it's just me and my best friends. OC cutting no slack. Hollywood Miz, you can put me on the A-list. Gresh Unleashed, better put it on your playlist. Me and my fam be ballin' like the Bruce. Fight night, baby, hard hitting like Sheamus. Family first, yes, bloodline business. Winning all the gold, look at how they witness. I was taught to be the greatest. 1,000 days I'm running, check out the book of Guinness. Coolin' with the baddies in the baddie section. Guarantee you they ain't jaded. Heal you baby face, I ain't feeling your gimmick. The fans think it's overrated. Brock Lesnar on the beast. Eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. Whole new swag with a price on the tag. Coming live from the west to the east. Better recognize on the mouthpiece. See the power level gotta increase. Bringing content on a daily. Feeling like Gresh Unleashed.
Yeah. Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, non-binary pals, baby mamas, baby daddies, and everybody in between. Welcome back to the Gresh Unleashed podcast. Happy New Year. For those of you who are joining us for the very first time, and those of you who are joining us from last year, it is the voice that does the most, the purveyor of mischief, the man who is your favorite uncle and brother in, I guess you could say, spirit, but nevertheless, it is your boy, that voice that does the most, Gresh, and joined by me, with me, as always, is the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, the voice of the Gresh Unleashed podcast, the Unleashed anthem. Make sure you guys download that real right quick. And outside of that, but yo, he is the man, the myth, the legend. He is my main man, my right hand man, my partner in them. This is main man himself, Hi-Lite. Don't forget the real. What's up with your partner? You muted yourself, my boy. You muted yourself. We live, baby.
Did I mute myself?
Yeah, you did.
Going automatic. Let's try that again, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on? It's your boy Hi-Lite, real in the building. We here, live and full effect, baby. Muted and all, unmuted and all. What's up? What's up?
What's up with your partner? How you be?
Man, you know, partner, just making it shake, taking it one by day. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, yeah. Hop till I drop. You feel me?
From the top, make it drop. Oh wait, you said a different song. My bad. I'm about to start singing Cardi B. Hold on. Anyway, but yeah, man. 2024. Happy New Year, ladies and gentlemen. So you already know this is episode 54. Wherever you stream this podcast, we are live every Tuesday night, 10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We was a little bit on CP time, but you know, we black people. It happens from time to time, but we try our best to be on time for the most part. But yo, 10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Tuesday night. For those of you who listen to us in audio format, we are here every Wednesday morning. So you guys know that you can, when you're on your commute to wherever you're doing on Wednesday, well, it's freezing outside right about now. So hopefully you guys ain't slipping and sliding while you listen to the voice that does the most and the man of finesse, Mr. Hi-Lite Real. So hopefully you guys are taking care. But hopefully you guys typically join us on Tuesdays because it's a live chat. Like whatever you miss on the pre-show, we always catching up and vibing whatever we got going on through that week. But yo, man, speaking of catching up, we gotta catch up on what we missed while we was away. Because for those of you who haven't been tuning in to us, we just wrapped our end of the year awards in December, and we was on hiatus. We was done. We was resetting. I was in the mountains. Shout out to Henny and them. So, yo, man, we got a lot to catch up on. I feel like I feel like we missed a lot.
A lot. Sheesh.
MJF is no longer in AEW kayfabe. Tony Khan pissing people off online as usual. Samoa Joe is the world heavyweight champion. Yeet. Roman Reigns is still undisputed Universal Champion. What else are we missing? What else? I feel like
Jack Perry apparently is in NJPW.
He's in New Japan now. Oh yeah. Shout out to they made a thing online where there's like we're jacking off to Jack Perry. I'm like, pause. But nevertheless, yeah, let's tune into the chat. Yo, Golden One. Coltrane said the best podcast is back in the game. Appreciate you over on YouTube. Deshaun, I think Deshaun over on Twitch. What's up? What up, Golden One? Oos, Day One, New Year's Revolution, SmackDown. Oh yeah, we missed a lot. Nick Nemeth formerly known as Dolph Ziggler, is in
yes.
TNA now. Yo, we missed a lot. But yo, that's what we're here for. But for those of you who don't know what we're really here for, we are here to predict 2024. We are predicting the entire landscape of wrestling or the shows that we watch, because we don't watch everything. Let's be real. We are busy individuals. Like I'm literally, I literally am overdoing it. So at this point in time, I bought it just for this occasion. I got the green edition Red Bull. So once this kicks in, y'all already heard that crack open. He got the water bottle. It's all good. But once this kicks in, who knows what I'm gonna get into? That's a good stuff. Well, we live, baby. We don't want to slurp in y'all ears though, because I hate that shit too. So let's do that. So yo, we're gonna definitely chat to the chat. So if you guys in the chat who are tuning in to us live, you guys want to predict something that we talk about, make sure you do that, and we will definitely. So I guess you could say reserve a section of today's podcast for you guys to give your predictions. But before we do that, shout out to the Patreon as always. Patreon.com/GreshDigital. You guys are pretty much helping the channels plural, this channel and the Gresh on YouTube channel, stay intact. So we appreciate you guys for partnering with the hard-earned money, because you don't have to do that. But you guys who like to support the boy and the crew that I am building here under Gresh Films, Gresh Digital Media. So we appreciate you guys. Some quick Gresh on YouTube news before we get into today's show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the TNA month that I had over on the main channel. The retrospectives will be a mainstay on the channel, but as we're in quarter one of 2024, here's a test upload schedule that I want to run by you guys that we're going to test throughout January, February, and March of 2024. With the return of the Gresh Unleashed podcast, as you are tuned in right now, we will be live every Tuesday at 10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless stated otherwise, with a Wednesday morning upload for our friends over in the audio land, along with the talking-ish interviews. They will be back as well. I'm waiting on a couple of people to hit me back and confirm. I believe right now I have one guest signed on. We will be recording next week, and that will be out to you guys as soon as possible. Once those are finalized, I will be likely pushing those out every single Friday that they are ready to go. The retrospectives will be bi-weekly. They will not be all every week, because those are tedious to keep up with. So it will be bi-weekly because they take a while to produce, script, all the stuff. But if you understood what I do behind the scenes, because I'm slowly advancing my brand as far as like who I hire, who I bring on, is going to be it's a little tedious. So the retrospectives will be bi-weekly every Thursday on youtube.com/@gresh. And then the gaming videos, since that is pretty much my mainstay, how I got into the game, those don't take as long to produce. So they will be uploaded every Saturday, with the occasional reels and shorts being uploaded in between to keep the content flowing, aka making sure the theme song that you can scan on that QR code to my top left, that you is making sure that we keep that theme song intact with bringing content on the daily. So we got you covered. And also clips of this podcast will be uploaded onto our YouTube channel, so you guys can definitely check that out and subscribe over there. I believe we're at 67 subscribers over on YouTube. So let's try to get 300. Let's try to get 300 by the end of quarter one, which is March. So let's get the 300. Let's do it. And drop a like if you're listening over on YouTube. Drop that like. We love everybody who support yours truly. This is a team effort. We are a duo. He's representing the Life's Boss podcast, but he is my main man, so he's helping yours truly with the co-hosting duties. So
come on now.
that, we done with all the announcements, the festivities and all this stuff. Did you watch football this week? These past
I did, and I regret it. I regret it horribly. Those games sucked.
Should we even do a football roundup? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, it ain't gonna take me 120 seconds to say what I gotta say.
By all means, brother, the people want it. We got to give the people. We got to
give them our thoughts. Okay. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Okay, so we might as well go ahead and load it up because we got some thoughts on the football that we. You said slurping up. Ken, what did I say? Did I say something?
Ken.
Happy New Year, Ken.
First Ken of 2024. There it is.
Yo, man, we got football to talk about, so let's go ahead and load this up. All right, man. So, I ain't gonna lie to you. I eulogized the season as soon as they announced that Kansas City was going up against them. So people assumed that I was jumping the shark or jumping the guard when I said, "Yo, I'm finna eulogize this team." They went up against Kansas City again in the final game as a wild card. They went up against the wild card and they lost. So I was right. I saw everybody on the timeline going up and down mad as shit, but I'm like, yo, you should have went my route. I'm just casual as hell. We will never see a championship until I probably will see a championship when I'm 40. I'm going to be 30 in October, so who knows? Well, I'm going to see championship before. You got some thoughts? Because that's all I got to say. Like my season's over, so it's like whatever.
Hey, well, that's one season better than my season, brother. My season been done. Tennessee Titans fired their coach. It's very clear. They're blowing the whole doggone thing up. Derrick Henry probably ran his last run as a Tennessee Titan. But hey, at least we kicked the Jacksonville Jaguars out to where those fools didn't make the playoffs either. Now, unfortunately, I got to take this last 40 seconds to just say this. Dallas, we got to have a talk.
Them Cowboys.
So let me get this straight. Do y'all now realize that it has now been Stephen A. Smith said this exact. I want to share this with y'all in case you didn't hear it. Last time the Dallas Cowboys won something of significance, 10% of households had home internet. 10%. Okay? Google did not exist, ladies and gentlemen. Google didn't exist. Let that sink in. Almost 30 years now, Dallas. That's pathetic. Thank you. That does it for the football roundup. On to Dallas. 1, 2, 3, Cancun. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Them Cowboys, dog. I have this feeling that we are in this abusive relationship with football.
Ooh.
Like, I understand this is a wrestling podcast, but they don't understand that we are in an abusive relationship with football. I just started taking it serious this past year.
Mm-hmm.
This is abuse.
Oh, yeah. To the
we
third
are
degree.
Victims. But I'm gonna watch it again next season because it's football. Like it is what it is.
Sad. Just sad. Ah, well.
Coltrane said, "How about them Cowboys? How about them boys? LOL. Dallas has not been relevant all my life."
Yikes!
Hey man,
yikes!
I'll tell you, college football, literally, Georgia go Dogs. They literally had a banger of a season this season. I can't wait till they go again next season. And it's funny how Georgia is my team, and did I take a class there? I think I took a class there, but I never graduated. I graduated from another college. But it's just like, it's like, damn, they've been cooking. So it was a bag. It wasn't even a bag. It was just a twist of fate, and
yeah,
they didn't go all the way this year. So
Georgia got robbed. No, point blank period.
Yeah, so
there should be a rule. Okay, I don't usually keep up with too much college football, but I will say this about this playoff thing before we move on. Ladies and gentlemen, if you keep up with college football, make this to the committee, okay? If you are the reigning defending champion, I don't care what other teams have, whatever records. You are automatically in that playoff.
Oh yeah, what was
That
that?
defeats the purpose of defending champion if you literally miss the playoff off one loss. Just saying.
What was it? Florida that got robbed?
Florida got robbed, but then Georgia beat them senseless in a bowl game. But see, Georgia takes one loss to Alabama, who lost in that playoff, by the way.
Oh yeah.
And what do you know? Georgia gets the short end of the stick, but they're defending champs. Makes no sense.
Hopefully, with next year, they're gonna. I believe they're gonna expand the playoff bracket next year, this coming year. So it's going to be bigger than what it is now.
Man, I hope so.
So hopefully, it's an even playing field this year, because I feel like it's been a long time coming. Because even though I didn't really keep up with football, I always kept up with college. Like, I didn't really start taking NFL like serious until this year. Like before, no, I take that back. I stopped taking NFL serious when the Falcons lost the Super Bowl. And speaking of the Falcons, didn't they just fire their head coach?
They did. But
and
you know what's funny?
They didn't even wait until the end of the day. They fired him at midnight. They said, "Yo, you're done. You're done."
None. But
that's why he was yelling. I believe he was yelling against the Saints head coach on that last game that he coached.
Oh yeah,
because he knew he was out.
He knew he was out. He knew
he was done.
He was done. He was done. But you know what's real sad, since you just brought that up though? I told my lady this the other day. It's sad that even Atlanta got to a Super Bowl before Dallas got to one. That is sad, people. Let that sink in. Even the Falcons got to a Super Bowl before Dallas. Wow. I am blown. So any Atlanta Falcons fans out there, at least you can say that to any Dallas Cowboy fan. They may try to get you on Super Bowls, but at least you can be like, at least we got to one in the last 20 years.
Tough break, nigga. It's always football.
Now I got no comeback for you if they bring up how you lost it, but still, at least you got the one. That's all I can say.
Hey man, football is fun to talk shit about. Like, we not like this whole tribalism BS. Like, we just here for a good time, and we here for a good time, but not a long time. So it's like, if you're not here to laugh, love, the door is that way. Get out. So it's like, that's all I gotta say about that. So. But yeah, man. Before we move on to wrestling, did you have an either or both of them this week, or should we just say that for next week? Because I don't have one.
We should probably say that for next week, because I ain't gonna lie, I didn't come prepared this week. I know it's a new year, y'all. Sorry, I'm sorry.
It's a new year. We it's vibes. It's the opening season. You prepared, but you're not prepared. It's like certain stuff. Like, but for those of you who don't know, it's like we usually do the either or both of them, where we create random wrestling scenarios that we will have 90 seconds to choose and explain why it could or could not work. And if the person can't choose their safe word or cop-out word, is to simply say both of them. So this week we won't be doing it, but next week we got y'all covered. It's a fun little segment. It's something, a nice little icebreaker for the chat and all that stuff, so we can keep the ball rolling. But let's keep the ball rolling. Let's catch up on wrestling this year, like this past. I feel like we missed a lot. What did we miss? I know Samoa Joe is the AEW World Heavyweight Champion now. They finally. Did you
have our devil?
Did you peep World's End last year?
I did.
What did you think about it? It wasn't my favorite.
It was there. You know, I mean, it was cool with the outcome of Samoa Joe winning a championship.
Right.
I'm always for that. I'm trying to think of what else really got me that night.
Adam Cole is the devil.
Yes, he's the devil. I guess everybody pretty much expected that. Ladies and gentlemen, spoiler alert, it was not Jungle Boy. We'll get some more on that one later.
Yeah, we'll get some more on that one in a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, but nah, man, I thought it was an okay pay-per-view. Nothing too crazy. I mean, just for something, if you wanted to watch something at New Year's Eve, there you go.
Yeah, and shout out to VPN. I had to pay the $50, so there's that. Get you a VPN, ladies and gentlemen. You get a discount. That's all I will say. You still supporting the company, but you're not paying. If you feel like I only use I pay the $50 if it's a stat card that I'm like, yo, this is it's worth the full price. But if it's not worth the full price, I'm still paying for it. But it's like, as far as they're concerned, I'm in Canada. And my ass is sitting right here in Georgia.
That's fair. That's fair. I rock that.
But outside of that, did you peep what else happened? Because I'm not gonna lie to you. When it was Christmas, I was with family. I was with my brother. Shout out Henny and Dragon, my two brothers. So if you see someone with my face, it's not me. It's him. It's Henny. Like literally, it's a duplicate. It's two of the same person. like I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Like literally, this is what I was up to when I was like in Curtin. Like, bro, me and him, we be clashing back and forth, but it's like, because the nickname I have for him, for y'all, as far as y'all could call him, is Henny. I call him Megamind. The reason why I call him Megamind, because he knows so much. He knows so much shit, but at the same time, he got a mouth on him. Whereas like I want to grapple him to the floor, but I know he served in Afghanistan, or I believe he served overseas, and he will whoop my ass. So I just hug him and call it a day. It's a brother thing. So if you don't have a sibling or a brother, or I believe you said you have a sibling, older sibling.
For sure. Yeah.
It's like if you don't have that relationship with your sibling, you don't understand it. But yeah, but he wants to, because I'm gonna be out of town next week, but the show will still go on because the beauty of us being online, I could do it. I could be in Mexico and still do the show if they got good ass internet. But he actually wants to go to a wrestling event with me. So if all the stars align, we might be hitting up the Rumble. So we shall see. We shall see. Because he's actually he's over the bridge in St. Petersburg. So outside of that, and your boy might come back tatted up too, because he wants to go get some tattoos. So there's a lot of shit that's about to happen. Your boy is going through a change now. He's going through a metamorphosis, if you will. I got this burn on my head because I washed my face too hard. It's a lot of shit that we missed.
Yeah.
Outside of that, did you peep Hard to Kill?
Of course, man. I gotta watch TNA come back, man.
So we might as well go ahead and talk about it. What you think about the show?
Man, I thought it was a strong, solid way to be TNA. I'm looking forward to seeing where they take this going forward. I like my boy Moose having that reign again, only this time with a faction by the name of the System. Now,
I'm not a fan of that.
What threw me off at first, and I had to make sure I wasn't tripping, because we just got done with football talk, and I was like, Negro, is that D'Angelo Williams? And I'm like,
yeah,
D'Angelo Williams.
Yeah.
And I forgot my boy was such a wrestling fan, and he has a lot of ties to TNA. He has some matches in TNA.
I'm about to say, wasn't he there briefly? Like when it was GFW?
Well, not to confuse to any that think about Pac-Man and the time he was there and couldn't really wrestle.
No, I'm talking about like 2016, 2017. Was it?
Yeah, he wrestled some matches, if I'm not mistaken. He had a nice little mini feud with I can't remember.
Was it Bobby Lashley?
It might have been.
It was Moose versus Bobby Lashley, and D'Angelo Williams was in. I believe it's like I wasn't watching TNA, but I kept up with it.
Yeah,
because it was wrestling. Like I keep up with everything.
It's a bit of a blur, and I'll have to go back and look back at that. But I knew when I saw him, I was like, it's been a while since I saw my boy D'Angelo. That's why I was like, yo, is that? I couldn't get a good look at him at first, and I was just like, no.
But yeah, I saw it online. They was like, yeah, that's D'Angelo. So he's gonna pretty much he's gonna be the mouthpiece or something. Is he gonna be involved in wrestling? Is he retired?
He's been retired, long retired from the NFL. And shout out to my, anybody from Memphis listening. We snowed in back home, you know what I'm saying, full of snow. But he's doing a lot of things for the community. He was a Memphis running back for Memphis, University of Memphis. And of course, transitioned to the NFL to be with the Carolina Panthers. And then kind of right when he was in like the last few years of the Panthers is when he started venturing into the pro wrestling realm. And you know, he does other side community projects. He's big on the community. So the thing about it is, it looks like now, I guess, with TNA being branded as TNA, he has ties to that, you know, because they were TNA still back in those days. So I guess Moose was like, hey, man, let's bring you on. I don't know how full time or part time he is, but we're probably going to see him a little bit more often. I'm looking forward to it, though.
Outside of that, what did you think about the show overall?
I thought it was great, man. I love Giselle Shaw being your, what should I say,
Is she the number one
contender? Yeah, to call her shot anytime she wants to be, dare I say, women's champ.
So,
Actually,
you're more. I'm gonna say you're more. Excuse me.
right.
You're more in. You're more into the aesthetics of TNA. What's the difference between Call Your Shot Battle Royal and Ultimate X for the women? Like, is it basically the same thing?
Yeah, in a sense, yeah.
It's
'Cause
been
I
a
want
while
to say
since I caught up with
the
them.
call your shot allows you, I believe, to challenge for any title, but usually Ultimate X is based off whatever division you're in. Now, what it used to be, they might have reinvented it because at the time it was for the X Division Championship. Like in the old school days, it was X Division competitors. Whoever got it got to challenge for the X Division title. But now, I guess since the X Division title is kind of I didn't recall seeing it in the list of titles that are brought back right now. So I'm assuming.
You said the X Division title?
Yeah,
Chris Sabin is champ.
Chris, that's right, he was. Okay, that's right.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, y'all.
he defended on here too.
Excuse me on that for a second, because I was like, that's probably what's throwing me off, because seeing the whole Giselle Shaw with the Ultimate X, but you know, being a woman, because it was all women in that match. So
because it used to be basically exclusive for the X Division,
right?
So now that is multiple divisions, it's like,
yeah, it was throwing me off a bit. So I will say that did throw me off just a tad, you know. But I'm not gonna lie, I still wish they would have had the 6-sided ring. I'm a sucker for that. It just would have felt a little bit more TNA with that 6-sided ring. But I understand why they probably have to keep it 4 square. You know what I'm saying? You know, I get it. But yeah, man, shout out to Jordan Grace, you know, defeating Trinity. It looks like the rumors may be true. We may be seeing her back in the WWE. Who knows? We'll see.
Who knows?
You know, Sasha and Bailey were there, camouflaged like some secret agents.
Like some Inspector Gadget head ass motherfuckers.
And apparently, based off a blurred image, shout out to our boy Hango, it looks like maybe, hard to tell, but Triple H and AJ Styles were in attendance.
Yo, bro, that person, they saw a bald person. It was Eric Young.
Oh man,
it was fucking Eric Young, bro. Because it's like when I looked at the blur image and then when I saw the opening package, I'm like, bro, that's just Eric Young. Same bald head, short, like he had a bald head with a beard. So I'm like, this is Eric Young. So people saw a blurred image of Eric Young and maybe somebody with long hair. And AJ probably was back there because they like that's the thing about wrestling. Like all these people are friends at the end of the day. So
yeah, we definitely saw. You could totally see. I saw Mia Yim tweet just saying how proud of the women's division and Impact Knockouts division. She was proud of them. So you know her ties being there. Yeah, wrestlers watch themselves on other promotions, y'all. If you didn't know that,
the tribalism is just between fans, and I use fans lightly. What you think about AJ Francis?
Yeah. Now this one was
your honest thoughts. Like I want your honest opinions. No shame.
Well, Joe Hendry, man, this guy definitely has ways of I guess just doing things that make you say, okay, all right. Not my favorite, but at the same time it did make me chuckle, right? Now AJ Francis, now it looks like you know, people thought he probably was done with in-ring life, but it looks like he's, I guess, going to wrestle.
He was still teasing about doing in-ring stuff. So him popping up in TNA made sense to me, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it would be a good way to definitely hone his craft. You know, he could get better for sure being in TNA, no doubt. To where, dare I say, if somehow WWE did decide to want to bring him back in the future, like distant future, if he's well polished in ring, hey man, you never know. Not that he needs it, but you never know in terms of what he can do. But I ain't gonna lie, Joe Hendry ate that chokeslam, boy. You talk about selling for a guy like this. Chef's kiss, my guy. You made that look devastating. And Who Kid, man, the fact that TNA got Who Kid money says a whole lot.
Either they paid or AJ paid them. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I like, because I pay attention to online discourse, and it's like people get too comfortable disrespecting this man. It's like, bro, this dude got money.
For sure. I know, for sure.
As much as this man be charging for interviews, this man got money.
Come on now.
I believe he. I don't know if it was a joke or not, but I believe he charged one interviewer $5,000.
$5,000 for an interview? Wow.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, this dude, and then when he was sponsored by Cheez-Its, that's another sponsorship. That's what I'm saying. So it's like the whole flop dollar thing was cute for about a week.
Okay.
At this point, because you know how wrestling fans are. Like they be like, oh, this is just like with the whole Paul Walter thing with Keith Lee. It's like it was funny for a week. Now at this point, you just being stupid.
Yeah. Fans do have a habit of like overplaying a joke way too much. It's like, come on, bro. It's funny the first couple of times. After that, it's like, come on, bro. Stop. Just stop.
But what you think he gonna do in TNA? Like, you think it's a one-time thing? Because he was debuting his We Outside music video. Like, do you think it's gonna be a permanent thing?
I think it would be. I mean, he seems like a good asset for them because of the connections he has. Like, he could bring a lot of celebrity power there, and dare I say, just bring more eyes to the product in his own, especially culturally speaking. So I mean, and he could be a good businessman for them. You never know what he can really just do in general. Like you said, look at how he's sponsored by Cheez-Its and charging $5,000 for interviews. That man could bring TNA some extra bank. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like he's entertaining on the mic. Like, that's what cracks me up about it.
Yeah.
It's probably the people. I feel like a lot of people just hate him because he's loud and black. That's what people hate, is when you black, loud, and you know your worth.
Dare I say, he's a black version of Logan Paul in some cases.
But then they be praising Logan Paul up and down.
Exactly.
So
makes no sense. But I'm happy for him, man. I'm glad any person that got a job, man. Hey, more power to you. I'm excited to see what his role is from here. Obviously, he will be in ring based off the physicality with Joe Hendry, because he's gonna want to get that get back. So we'll see what plays out from here. Looking forward to
it. Crazy Steve is the TNA Digital Media Champion. Thank God.
Yes.
Longest Tommy Dreamer is not. It ain't Tommy Dreamer. I'm cool.
You weren't a fan of the Tommy Dreamer digital media reign?
No. I was bored out of my mind. Like, bro, you are not Fetch anymore. Fetch will never be a thing with you. You are done. You are old. It is time. I understand it's like people love wrestling and they want to wrestle until the wheels fall off. I say the same thing about Ric Flair, and I say the same thing about Tommy Dreamer. Enough's enough. Go home. Be a husband. Be a family man. Be a father. Just stay away from TNA. Thank you. Goodbye.
You rhymed in ways you probably didn't even really try to. Stay away from TNA. That he ain't the only one that needs that moniker. There are so many people that are going to need that.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that for the predicting 2024, because there's a lot of people I probably could tell you. Like, I'm gonna throw up. That's how we're gonna do. We're gonna pull up the roster for TNA, and we're just gonna be like, okay, what do you see with this person in the future? So yeah, but stay away from TNA, Tommy Dreamer. We're done. He said, Coltrane said, Tommy, it's time. Go home. You had a great run. Great.
I think he means overall, like
overall. Oh, okay. You mean in career wise? Okay.
Career-wise.
Okay. I'm about to
not
say
TNA wise.
His 2010 run was better than whatever the hell he's doing now.
Facts. Come on now.
And I've been watching a lot of TNA 2010 for these retrospectives, so it's like, ding, ding, ding.
This poor guy. Sabu get the picture.
Finally, even though he had that brief stint in AEW for a cup of coffee for no reason. What you think about the Josh Alexander Hammerstone match? This is my first time seeing Hammerstone in about 2 years. I haven't seen him since like 2020.
Yeah, I said the same thing. It was very interesting, but I wasn't mad at it. I was like, hey, you know.
I think I saw someone, probably Sir Wilkins of Sir Wilkins. I think he said this Hammerstone was like that hoss that TNA needs since the departure of Michael Elgin and Brian Cage.
Yeah. Man, that is a good picture perfect fit now that I think about it. Yeah, he'll work greatly in that role. Dang, I forgot about Michael Elgin, bro.
We all did, bro. Jeez, last time I heard about him, he was still in powder in Canada or Japan, one of them places.
Jeez.
His fall from grace was swift.
Oh yeah, him and Joey Ryan.
Just stop being weird. That's all.
Pretty much.
That's all. That's
all
it is.
That is another thing, though. I guess we'll get into that later. Speaking of
what's that?
That was another thing we missed. Patrick Clark. Genuinely.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna talk about that. Yeah. We definitely gonna talk about that in a little bit. Hold on. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. We're gonna talk about that. I got some thoughts on that motherfucker right there. Trying to sneak his way back into my life. Go away. Anyway, you mentioned Moose. Like, what do you think they're gonna do with him as world champion?
It's hard to tell because based off how the ending went, now I'm like, Nick Nemeth being in TNA makes things very interesting. But however, this version of Moose seems better than the last version. And I feel like he's learned some things and he's went through some things to where I think this looks like an interesting run, and it's going to be a clash with Nick Nemeth that probably won't happen right away, but I feel like it's going to be like a chase for the title. So I do believe Nick Nemeth will probably be the guy to take it from him, but they're going to work.
You think so?
Yeah, but I think they're going to work to it slowly. You know what I mean? Like in a way where think of like how Cody's being built. Mm-hmm. Right, but obviously it won't drag the way Cody's situation's been dragging lately.
You got to finish the story.
Right. Like I think in Nick Nemeth's case, that story's gonna get finished sooner than we think, but it'll just finish. I'm thinking, if I'm being honest, I'm thinking like a Bound for Glory type situation. You know, since that's like
what's that, October?
Yeah, like if they you know, he could have some side feuds or. I don't know how they're going to try to do it, but we'll see. Maybe they just, hey, you know what? Guns blazing, Nick Nemeth, you're champ. Who knows? But I wouldn't want to do that to Moose because it's like, man, you just got that title back and you're a two-time champion, you know? And after that promo that him and Alex Shelley cut where he was like, you were not really ever the real TNA champ back when he brought the title back originally.
Which is true.
Yeah, like it's kind of like it's almost like they're saying he kind of needs to have this run. Now, this faction he's got, I need a mouthpiece. So we need a Paul Heyman.
Yeah, because y'all know how I feel about Moose on the mic. He sounds like Mushmouth.
No facts. I'm sorry, Moose. I love Moose and all, but brother, definitely. I'm not saying brother can't talk. Like you can talk. It's just because of the sound of your voice, my guy. You got to get a mouthpiece.
Yeah, okay? Man. Yeah, man. I'm like, bro.
Because you look like $1 million, bro. Your physique got 10 times better than your first run. You know what I'm saying? Oh boy, I don't know what mouthpiece is available out there, but we need to find something.
Can D Williams talk?
His voice is a little funny too, but yes, he can talk. Probably
Jesus Christ.
I mean, he can talk better. I'd say he can talk better than Moose, but I wouldn't use him as a mouthpiece. Like
Because I ain't gonna lie to you. It's like it's like from my perspective, I'm not picking on anybody's voice. Moose sound like Mushmouth. Alicia Edwards, her voice, her accent is not her doing her any favors
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Eddie, he's pretty much in the same boat with Moose. Like his lisp is whooping his ass. And D Williams is like, I've never heard him talk. So it's like they need a mouthpiece. I mean, real bad.
Yeah.
Or just don't talk and just fight.
Well,
I mean, Brian Myers can cut a promo.
yeah, no, he's pretty good with promo cutting. So he
can be the mouthpiece.
Retrospectively, if they wanted him to be that mouthpiece of the group, he could do that. But
I just thought about that.
I would love for it to just be a guy that's like, or girl that's like non-wrestler, just straight mouthpiece.
Kind of like your Stokely Hathaways and Paul Heyman's.
Pretty much like somebody that is here to talk, set things up, handle the contracts, and bada boom, bada bing.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, Nick Nemeth. I was stubborn. I was struggling with his name for a long time.
Trust me,
it's pretty straightforward.
This is where I'm like, same thing. Nick Nemeth, Adam Copeland. Look, guys, I need y'all to work on some names because using your real names in pro wrestling, okay?
But then again, Dolph Ziggler wasn't that bad. Wasn't no better. That shit was ass too.
Might have been, but we were so used to it. At least we made ways to call it short, like Ziggs or Ziggler, whatever. I mean, there's been way worse WWE names than Dolph Ziggler, so I won't even knock that. But but like you said, at least he sheds it. What I really like is the energy we got from not only just these crowd shots, but the way the crowd was, the energy. It gave me a new TNA feel. Like I felt like, yes, TNA is for real back because of how that was executed. And for him to just show that passion in the crowd, to make him a big deal like that off rip, man, I can't wait to see what they do with this man. And I can't wait to see the bangers that he going to put on with people. You know what I mean? And
I believe he have a match on. They booked a couple of matches. They did the Snake Eyes show on Sunday, and then they got a couple more. They got another show, I believe, this weekend.
Yeah.
So that's I like that concept of them just booking. Just like nothing's changed. The only thing that upgraded was like, how they said they're gonna have a upgrade in the production. Did you notice anything different?
A tad, but there's still some things that can be worked on for sure. I feel like they'll get better as weeks go along. What's good? I feel like they'll get better as the weeks go along. Sometimes it's just like the very first thing you see. But for sure, like you would know that better than I would as like the productionalist. So I'm sure.
Yeah, I noticed a little bit things. Like I noticed they had a few hiccups, so I kind of gave them a grace period as far as like getting used to the new equipment and stuff like that. Like it was certain things I'm like, yeah, this is where they mess up, this, that, and third. Like this ain't like people who think I'm an inexperienced production specialist. I think again, I literally just finished wrapping up with BET this past weekend. I was did one of their soirees. I was pretty much overseeing a lot of stuff over there. So it's like I have experience in that. So I'm not here to just say nitpick, but it's like I notice little things like that. There's like a little hiccup in the audio, like the transitions. They was like, you can hear where they meant to send it to us, but they send it to the live feed, to the live crowd, and they didn't send it to us at the same time. It's like little stuff like that I noticed, but it's like it's not like a deal breaker for me. But I can tell that they're trying. So it is a vast upgrade from 2020. I can tell you that because I could not stomach 2020 audio for Impact. I don't know what it was. I'm like, yeah, I can't watch this.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what it is. I'm like, this is bad. Like I think I watched 2020 Slammiversary and their audio was so bad to me, and I was like, yeah, I can't watch this.
Yeah.
So fortunately, they're making the steps in the right direction. So hey, we'll see what they do with that.
For sure.
I feel like did we miss anything else? Dana Brooke is in TNA now.
Ash by
is it Ash by Elegance? Sorry,
by Elegance. Yes.
Sorry.
And the thing that gets me about that, by the way, I've already kind of made a video about it, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say it to you, Marks, yet again. All right,
Marks.
I'm tired of you ninjas trying to shoot down a doggone gimmick before it even begins. Just because you see a woman, blonde hair, dolled up, suddenly she's a Timu timeless Tony Storm, or she's a Dollar General Tony Storm. However,
Wish versus Walmart or some
it's
shit.
like, dude, give the girl a chance. Let's see where she's going with it. First of all, you didn't hear her even talk. Okay.
She didn't say nothing.
Exactly. So she wasn't in black and white. All right. The picture was clearly in color. All right. Tony Storm's gimmick is in black and white, people, for one. And two, you don't even know do you know how many different looks from back in the day were similar to that? From that 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s.
And I'm not going. And can I jump in on that? It's not like Tony Storm's character is original. She's inspired by a classic character. She's a movie artiste.
Yeah.
And the only reason why it's over as it is because Tony is that freaking talented. So it's like I feel like a lot of those people who was just harping on her wasn't genuine with it.
Yeah.
They was disingenuous all hell because it's like my first thought when I saw her, I was like, oh, she dressed nice.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's it. And the reason why I say that is because I'm gonna be honest with you. I interact with women on a regular basis, and I've seen similar styles. Elegant dress isn't exclusive to one character or one generation. It's been around for centuries before all of us was even a thought, was even a blimp. So it's like to see that quote unquote backlash with her just showing up in whatever in this dress up. I'm like, for starters, we only saw her for like 30 seconds.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, another thing that gets it here is like, bro, I just thought about this gimmick, and it just goes to show with Tony Storm again. Not to hate, we love what Tony Storm's doing and all, but do y'all not forget that there was once a tag team called the Vaudevillains, who also were in black and white, by the way, way before Tony Storm was even close to entering in WWE. Do y'all forget about the Vaudevillains? Yeah. So before you try to clown Ash by Elegance, I don't want to hear that. Okay.
I'm not really a fan of that name though.
I
don't know what it is.
Real name, it's a play off of it. I can understand it. I'm willing to give it more of a chance of whatever it is. I just want to see where she's going with this.
But it's not me dismissing it. It's more so like I'm not sold on it. But knowing me and especially how I consume wrestling, I'm high and I'm having a good time every time. So it's like knowing me, I'll probably be sold off within a week. So it's like it's just my initial reaction was like, really?
Yeah. I mean,
like because I reacted to it when I saw it with the gift, like, oh. For real?
No,
like I wasn't bashing on her, but it was just the name. I was just like, yeah, it threw me.
Nah, I'm super happy for it, man. I'm and more than anything, before you even clown a gimmick, one last final thought on that is just let's just celebrate the fact that someone has a job, by the way, because there's that too. All these wrestling promotions out here that have room for these talents that get released from WWE, some of them mentally, especially think about it when you're like someone like Dana Brooke or Ash Viola,
who's been killing it.
Yeah, like think about the fact that when you've been in WWE as long as she was, you probably could have been burnt out and just been like, I'm done with wrestling, period. And y'all probably would have just never seen her.
She could have went the Mandy Rose route.
Or not just Mandy Rose.
AJ Lee.
Let's not forget Miss Lacey.
Oh yeah, Lacey. We don't talk about her. Yeah, we don't talk about her. Mandy Rose, AJ Lee. That's all you gonna hear from me. I don't acknowledge Lacey Evans no more. She can go that way. But I'm not finna sit here and act like I was the biggest Dana Brooke fan. But I'm willing to see what she can do outside of WWE. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm I'm a unbalanced individual. Same thing with Brian Pillman Jr. I wasn't sold on him in AEW. I'm not sold on him in WWE. But I am not here to tell you you should like this person or you shouldn't like this person. I'm just saying you how I feel. I wasn't sold on Dana Brooke. hopefully Ash can sell me on Ash by Elegance. I wasn't really sold on. Let me see another example. I wasn't really sold on Tony Storm in WWE main roster, but she's killing it in time. No, scratch that. I wasn't sold on Tony Storm in the Outcast, but she's killing it as timeless Tony Storm. So it's like I'm open to being wrong. If I say you suck and you're proving me wrong, I will gladly get on this show, get on Twitter, and be like, "Hey, I was wrong. I was wrong." Cook.
So fair.
But last thing for TNA before we move on, you a fan of this AAA partnership?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's them kind of slapping AEW in the face with the whole CMLL situation, because I know I've heard that apparently they got beef with AAA or something. Like, apparently those two promotions do not get along like at all. And I'm like, well, this can work, and I'm with it. Kind of remember when we talked about old TNA, and I hope they bring back that World Cup situation they used to do.
Oh, the Super X Cup?
Yes, the Super X Cup. I need them to bring that back. And AAA's partnership could help with that a lot. And if they bring that back, that'll be very interesting to see what happens.
Sure. Like, I'm not I'm not a fan of choreographed wrestling, like as far as where it feels like you're waiting for a spot. But I know for a fact that knowing TNA's, especially their history with X Division, I feel like I can trust them and I can see what they're cooking. So I'm definitely not gonna dismiss it, but hopefully wish for the best. And I guess you could say what is also hard to kill is our interest in TNA, because you know how we review Raw, NXT, and we preview AEW. We're going to include TNA in 2024. It's a clean slate. I watch TNA every week. We definitely going to be peeping TNA every week. We definitely going to talk about it every week. I believe this coming Thursday, we will be seeing some good action over in TNA. I believe we're going to see Will Ospreay versus Josh Alexander 2. That's going on Thursday. I'm loving these graphics, by the way.
Yeah, that's going to be fire.
We're going to be seeing the newly signed Zaya Brookside versus Tasha Steelz on Thursday.
All right, Tasha. Let's go.
We're going to be seeing X Division Scramble, Kushida versus Trey Miguel versus Laredo Kid versus Mike Bailey Speedball versus El Hijo del Vikingo and versus Jake Something. Jake Something is doing that Samoa Joe bit. I've noticed that.
Yeah.
You remember... I've noticed that. I'm like, wait a minute. He's doing that Samoa Joe bit where he was big as hell, but he's in X Division. That's literally him.
Hey man, pioneers, dog. They follow after the ones that did it first.
Facts.
Ironic too, because look at him being champion these days. So
he's been champion everywhere except for WWE for some reason. I mean, you can include NXT.
That's Vince's problem, unfortunately. Triple H wouldn't have done that, but Vince.
And also, we'll hear from Nick. Okay, he's going by the wanted man, Nick Nemeth.
Hey, that's a bit corny, but at the same time, I understand it. I understand it though. I know.
Corny than the motherfucker.
Because real talk, he's been a wanted man in a sense of, where's he gonna go? Who can benefit the most from this guy, right?
Facts. And
right now, that's TNA Impact, straight up. So I'm looking forward to it. He gonna make it work.
Cool. But yeah, hey man, we definitely gonna be talking about TNA a lot more. But outside of Hard to Kill, Tony Khan. Anthony. I don't even call you Tony Khan anymore. Your mama named you Anthony. I'm gonna call you Anthony.
Tony Twitter fingers, baby.
Were you up to date on that gimmick? Like what he's been up to?
Yeah, apparently just wanting to once again peep his competition and try to. It's like, Tony, you're looking desperate, bro. Stop. Just worry about what you're doing. Don't worry about what your competition doing, because the more you do that, the more you're gonna try to bro. Please, someone just disable this man's Twitter.
Listen, I said it on Twitter, and I've said it to friends. Tony wasn't wrong with what he said about Jinder Mahal, but it's just like, bro, you're letting the trolls get to you. It's New Year, same shit with you.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta stop, man. Real shit. Like, bro, you gotta stop. Like, I tell people this all the time. I understand you're a booker. You have to have your notifications on because you never know who's gonna at you. But it's like, bro, you're gonna have to get to that point where you're gonna have to literally be like, you know what? The worst thing trolls hate is when you're laughing and you're having a good time. If they're trolling you about WWE, MLW, TNA, or whatever, all you gotta do is say, haha, that's funny. Let's talk about how this is happening. Like, put people over. Don't bury people in the process, or don't show that you're that type of fan. You're chronically online, and that is not healthy.
Yeah. And what is it with this guy always wanting to be in Twitter headlines when it's literally going from the end of a new year into a new year?
Oh yeah, didn't he do that thing with Big Swole?
Yeah, he did. I'm like, bro, you ain't learned your lesson from that. That darn near got you canceled, bro. Darn near. You was this close. Like this close. To the whole culture just being like, nah, F Tony. FAW in general. You was this close.
He literally went online and said, you can't wrestle. And it's like, bro, what?
Mm-hmm. It's like, man, just stop, bro. Like, stop. It's just, bro, disable.
He literally made Jinder Mahal the most over person online by accident because he didn't shut the fuck up.
Who would have thought? And the man went and had a killer match in the process. How about that?
You enjoyed the match?
I thought it was pretty cool.
It was.
Hey, man.
We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Low key, give it to him. Like, bro, wait a minute.
I feel like it probably was the 3 hour fatigue. Like, once I hit 3 hours of Raw,
that's probably why.
That's probably what it is. My brain shuts down after like 2 hours and 30 minutes. I'll be like, all right.
Yeah, I didn't even watch the whole 3 hours, bro. Like, I went and caught the.
That's probably why I didn't enjoy it as much, because I was physically drained. 3 hours is a long show through the week.
It is. So, I'm pretty sure once that deal runs out, Triple H is gonna find a way to get it.
Please.
He's waiting on that deal to run out. You know, once Raw gets sold, then he gonna, you know what he gonna do.
Y'all not realizing. Ken Lewis says, y'all not realizing that he's one of these stereotypical wrestling fans just with billions of dollars. Oh, we know.
Yeah, we know.
And the message remains the same. Get the fuck off Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Like,
the message remains. Just get off Twitter.
He's not understanding that one day, and let this be a prophecy, I swear, if this actually happens within 2024, this man's gonna mess around, tweet the wrong thing one day that is going to end him and his company. Based off what I heard with this rant, he already done upset some of his folks in the locker room. Some of his own talents,
because he don't realize that the people he keep burying are friends with the people in your company.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're saying. It's like, we're not saying don't be passionate about your company.
Mm-hmm.
We're saying ignore the trolls, bruh. You don't have to clap back at every, like, the storm that started this was USA Network replying to Raj Giri on Twitter, talking about, because he was talking about Jinder Mahal and Seth Rollins had history with NXT title. And they was like, so what was that cage match rating? Because Tony Khan has gone on record saying he reads the cage match ratings.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever the intern was, props to them, never changed because that shit was funny.
Mm-hmm.
They basically said, what's the cage match rating? And I'm pretty sure he got tagged and he just went off. And he told the truth. Like, Jinder Mahal is a loser. Like let's just keep it a stack. He has not won a match in since 20 since he won the title.
Yeah.
Since before he lost the title, to my knowledge. Like I feel like he has not won a match since after he lost the WWE title in 2018. They just bumped him down the card.
I feel like he has won some matches, but they probably just either weren't televised or weren't ones we cared.
I'm talking about like on TV.
No, I think in that span, that's a long time ago. I think he's won some matches, but it's just been, again, something we just blanked out and didn't care about.
Yeah, and I think that's what I'm saying. He's not wrong. He's not wrong in that rant. It's just like, bro, you got to understand. You got to turn your fandom off when you're online and just remember you're a boss. You're beneath us. You're above us. I'm not even gonna say beneath us. You're above us. You run a company. You're on TV. You're showing people that you are vulnerable to trolls. Well, I'm not saying get offline as far as like never tweet again, but it's like just get the fuck offline when it comes to trolls. Like if they're gonna bother you that much, put the phone down. I have people come at me all the time for my opinion. Like people, wrestling Twitter forgets that I am a fucking fan. Every time I give my thoughts, they assume that I'm supposed to bend to their will. So what I do instead of that, I either block you if I don't feel like arguing with you. If you just give me that vibe that you're finna argue with me, I'm going to block you and never think about you again. Or I just put the phone down and call it a day. That's what he needs to do. Just start blocking people.
Mm-hmm.
That ass. It's at that point. Oh, Beast Mode said he won at Mania 34. He was US champ.
See, I thought so. That's all. I wasn't tripping. I thought he had some other wins, like, because that was a long time ago. That's all I was like.
Nigga, I don't remember that shit.
Good look, bro. Because I was like, nah, Jinder ain't lost that long. That's some Kurt Hawkins level losing. but yeah, man. Nah, that's still, bro. Like,
any last thoughts on that before we get about? Because I don't even mean to yell and tell people what to do, but it's just like, dog, it's the same old. It's the New Year's same shit. There's always some shit. And the sad thing is, it wasn't even New Year's Eve this time. It was literally in the new year. So I'm like, bro, it's 2024.
Yeah.
Why are we still doing this?
I don't know, man. But it's like, bro, you got so many other bigger fish to fry, like your women's division still, which is getting better, by the way. But, you still need to build stories. Okay? You still need to build stories around your actual matches. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are,
don't just throw matches there,
right? You know what I'm saying? But like some of these feuds, man, like stop throwing together side stuff. So like, bro, it's a new year. Learn to say, okay, in this year, the goal is to still put on a good professional wrestling product in a sports sense, but we're still gonna make some things make sense.
Right. That's all you gotta do,
bro. I said we want to see you win. All right.
Like I'm not even finna tell another grown man what to do, but just like, bro, enough's enough at this point. Because this is the last thing I'm gonna say. Like, if I see him go on another rant, I ain't even gonna comment. I'm just gonna be like, all right, nigga. Once I hit you with that, it's a wrap. Because I'm just not finna give you my energy.
And I don't blame you, brother. I don't.
Because it's childish at this point. But switching over to WWE, Cora Jade is out of action with an injury. She just got back, but she's unfortunately out with an ACL. What the hell's going on, man?
Somebody needs to investigate this doggone performance center, man.
I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like it's not just the performance center. I feel like it's women's sports in general. Because there's a lot of women's athletes that are going down with leg injuries. Like I feel like it's something. I think I saw someone on Twitter that was.
It's been ACLs.
That's what I'm saying. ACLs. It's like it's something going on to where it's like I feel like the work at the routines aren't really equipped for women.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
It's something like it's because it's not just wrestling. It's like I've seen it happen in like other places too. So it's like, what is going on with the training regimen, or like is it something that they need to eventually learn to like alter? I'm not trying to say women are lesser than men. for those people who are into that type of stuff. I'm just saying, like, you have to study the body and be like, I can take this, I can't take this, I can take this, I can't take this. So it's like it's some stuff that I feel like we don't know yet.
Yeah, man, I don't get it either, bro. Because it's just like you said, it doesn't make sense how that's just happening constantly, right? Like it's like every time we lose a woman, we get a woman back, or we get a woman
Right.
back and we lose a woman from the same injury. You know, I'm almost afraid for the next woman with momentum because she was definitely destined to take that title. And now, just gotta go for the next woman up, I guess. So,
Which is I believe Roxanne Perez. If you for those of you who don't watch NXT. So they just pretty much put one best friend out for the other, basically.
yeah, if they want to go that route, because ugh.
It ain't the training. Ken Lewis said he's like, it's not the training, it's they probably need to change the style of. That's what I'm saying. It could be that, but it's also you gotta understand it's like it's not just wrestling. It could be the training. On some like I'm pretty sure they be working crazy down in that performance center. They probably trained them the same way they trained the brothers, the fellas. So it's like they probably got to pay attention to that more. Like they don't want to overwork the body, and then also it's wrestling. Like I'm not finna at like it's that situation where oh they need to like this person is weak or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a wrestler. I'm not finna say oh this that and third. I am an athlete. I am athletic, and I'm working with a knee injury right now. Like my knee is bothering me every time I dance. So it's like stuff like that, or every time I jog or run. But it's like I'm not gonna say, but it's a freak accident because isn't Charlotte out with an ACL, MCL?
Yeah, that's a little bit of everything for her, actually.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like it just, and that pretty much came after slipping off the top rope.
Bro, it's crazy, man. Like
So it's like we can't really like determine what the cause is from an outside looking in, but all we can do honestly on some real shit is just wish them well. Wish them well, push forward. Hopefully they bounce back and it's not really a situation where it's career ending. Like we wish you a recovery. Any thoughts on this? Any more thoughts?
no, man, just get well soon. Hopefully, maybe if she's motivated enough. But at the same time, I know that's tricky, but maybe she's young, so maybe she can pull one of those comeback, fast.
What do you think with that? You think they're gonna like since this situation, you think since she'll be likely be back in 2025, 2026, the latest, you think they're gonna pretty much flip the switch and turn this into like a Tommaso Ciampa situation? Remember when he went down with an injury and he was a heel, but they brought him back as a babyface?
Yeah, because that whole Mean Girl thing, if you think about it, think about Seth Rollins when he remember when he kept getting hurt, like after the first injury, it then happened again, and it was like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like they tried to make him heel coming back,
Oh, and it did not work.
and it was like, nah, because they weren't gonna boo a man that went through all of that to come.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So more than likely in her case, I wouldn't be surprised. At this point, she'll probably be a baby face. I mean, hell, she's already over with most guys because of her looks anyway. So
I need some of y'all to turn that off. Like, bro, I understand the woman is beautiful, she's sexy, but some of y'all be going a little bit too far. Like
yes,
real too far. Like people see me joking about Killy Kelly. Love that woman. Love that woman. But they see
glad
me
you joined me on that train, but I've been on.
they see me joke about it, but I know how to turn that shit off to where I can respect the wrestling. I need y'all to do that with Corey.
Not
For real, on some real
trying
shit.
to creep these ladies out, bro. Like, they appreciate the love, but come on now, don't be creepy and weird with it, bro. Come on.
Ken Lewis said that the girl coming right back at deadline like she did last year. They were like, "Yep, let's do this again. Let's try this one more time."
She's just gonna attack whoever's champ again and be like, "I'm back, snitches."
Snitches would it be? But yo, last thing we'll say on that is just wish her well. she's a fighter. This is a tough break. And that's all we can say about that.
Yeah.
Did you peep NXT this week?
I did.
What you think about the show overall? Like I didn't really catch too much of it because I was pretty much prepping for the show. Oh, let's talk about it. Oba Femi, our boy Oba. He's the North American champion.
Okay, let's talk about this guy because number one, I'm happy that a brother won this breakout tournament. Two, funny how when women win the Money in the Bank, they waste no time cashing it in. Meanwhile, Lola Vice seems to just be someone you're like, oh yeah, you are
they flip the
breakout
switch.
Contract champion, and I forget all about it until I see you, and then I see you with this contract, and I'm like, you ain't cashed that in yet. Meanwhile, Oba's like, I mean, I loved how smooth that was. It was like, oh, by the way, here's what we should give a special thanks to your favorite person for initiating this entire thing. Thanks, Lexus King. Because
whose
of
favorite
you,
person?
sir, I'm going to be the North American champion. Da da da. Trying to rub that in. That boy looked at you like the nerve. And he said, that's the main event tonight? Okay, bet. They said,
my favorite person?
Well, yeah. I say that.
My favorite person.
Sarcastically when I say that. But
Nigga!
He would have won. I slick wish he would have won.
Who, Alexis?
Yeah, just so he could have lost it to Oba Femi in that same.
Why the hell did I call that nigga Alexis?
Why couldn't that have happened to Lexus King, y'all?
I just caught what I just said. I said, why did I call that nigga Alexis? Alexis King.
Alexis Bliss? Is that what you call
Alexis Bliss?
he's the unspoken goddess, coming for return. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Ken said that Lola is picking her spot. That's why she ain't cashing yet. I get it.
We get it. It's just, dog, how many spots you need to pick? You know how many times?
At least she ain't doing a Damian Priest thing.
Well, yeah, I'm about sick of that too. I'm real sick of that. Like, bro, come on. Y'all should have just did it at War Games to be completely different. That was the perfect opportunity to be like, yo, that was smart. That ain't never been done before. But you decide to just keep being goofy with this man where I'm like, I don't even know where you're going to win it at this point. I don't see you doing it at Mania. That would just try to copycat what Seth did. Ironically, right? It's like, where else could he do it that would shock you at this point? You ain't going to cash in on nobody at the Royal Rumble, are you? Why would you do that?
But yeah, your thoughts on Oba? You was in the middle of Oba being.
Oh no, yeah, Oba. So, legit. I'm getting like Black Batista vibes from this dude right now, man. I feel like he's everything Omos probably should have been. If you think about it, he can talk like Omos can, but he seems to be, I guess, more over. I guess, and I don't know. I can't explain it. Something about him. I have to see him in a full featured match or something. I don't know, but
because that match with what was it, Dragon Lee?
Yeah.
What was it like? 3 minutes?
3 minutes. Yeah, I need to see because he's maybe they found their Wardlow. I don't know. I have no idea, but they see something in him. Crowd loves him. I like him.
Oh yeah, who?
Oh yeah, that's gonna go over real quick. They're gonna be doing that like crazy. I just wonder how long will it be? This dude, like, he's money, bro. Like, he looks like money. He moves like money. M'Baku, I like that. I likes that, bro. Kim, my guy. Good comparison, homie. Good comparison.
Mata. Who?
You know what? So you know what we need then, Ken? You know what we need? We need a T'Challa type then. So we need to find somebody out there that's like kind of built like T'Challa, smart like him, can run, you know what I'm saying, and can be like his I don't know,
His
his
ego?
opposite. You know what I mean?
His wrestling soulmate.
Right. Yeah, we need a T'Challa type out there. So whoever out there can step up with that African background and be a
Because it
T'Challa.
ain't that many of them out there.
Yeah, it is. There's plenty. But he
I'm talking about like as far as like, I mean, on some real shit. What if they just do Trick Williams? Close enough. He black.
I
I'm
mean,
joking. I'm
I
joking.
was I'm getting more Killmonger vibes from that guy a little bit if we're gonna go that route.
I'm just joking. They said they got he said they got another guy, Kenneth Carter.
I did see him.
The dude who did the pounce.
Yeah, he was the dude with the pounce. Yeah, I hope we see more of that dude because if you notice, we've been seeing some of the other breakout tournament guys. We ain't seen him yet, so I hope we see some more of him soon. But Obafemi, man, look like they're gonna push him to the moon, bro. Won't be long before he on that main roster. The way it's looking.
Beast Mode said, and before he gets put with Lashley and the Profits, which I wouldn't be mad at. See, this ain't Vince's WWE no more. So knowing him, he will put every black person with each other and call them niggas.
Yeah, they would. And that's another beef I have right now. Yeah, well, Triple H on that.
Them niggas.
Yeah, the nameless stable that is now apparently going to job to Karrion Kross's faction, I guess. I don't know.
The Final Testament.
No comment. No comment. Absolutely not.
But yeah, they gonna cook with Obafemi. Like he can talk, he can do his thing on the mic. I ain't mad at him. He's entertaining. Like he's imposing. Bro, walked out there with the Batista fit. Remember Batista with the white turtleneck?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like he was giving me them Batista vibes, bro. Like
he brought back the fit. Got the man bun and everything. Like ain't nobody finna oppose him.
Yeah,
I still don't believe he's 22 though.
But it was kind of funny to me though, because it's like homie was for a minute he gave babyface, but then went instant heel the moment Dragon Lee came out, and I was like,
I feel like he was more so an asshole.
Yeah, that arrogance, right?
Than a heel. Yeah, he's more so an asshole than a heel. Like unless he started just like attacking him from behind, which I feel like they shouldn't do. He's confident.
Yeah.
He's a prince, as he was saying.
Yeah.
I'm a prince.
I am the champion.
He's like, you're beneath me. So it's like it's like I feel like that can be his gimmick where he's just a dick. Like his confidence is over. Their goal is to literally just bring his confidence to humble him. That should be their goal. He shouldn't be a heel or a babyface. He should be just an arrogant prince like gimmick. Where he's like, it's like I will turn you into dust, is what he said.
Pretty much like M'Baku. That was pretty much M'Baku.
You have to humble
M'Baku was pretty much that. If you remember M'Baku in the first movie,
and he got humbled.
Straight up arrogant, boy.
And he got humble. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I feel. So that's why when they was like, oh, he's jumping to a heel, I feel like more so he's just arrogant because he's like, I beat Little Dragon Lee within the span of a couple of minutes, and nobody dares to come before me. I beat Miles Bourne in the breakout tournament. I beat Dragon Lee. So who's going to step to me? And then Dragon Lee was like, I'll step to you right now. He's like, you know what? I hear you, but since I beat that ass already, we'll do it on my time. And he just walked off. So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I wasn't getting heel vibes. Like he was was just being a dick. He made me proud because I'm an asshole. So.
Time will definitely tell.
But they could. But that's just me. That's just me. What I perceive. But they could just go full heel with him and just do whatever. But I feel like the NXT crowd ain't gonna let them turn him heel. So
well, yeah, and that's the thing because that's why I'm like, it's like management wants him to probably be heel, the big scary heel kind of thing with that arrogance of being a dick. Meanwhile, crowd's like, nah, we don't care. We made up a new chant that you're going to hear every time he speaks now.
Who?
That's
Berta.
Who?
Berta. Berta.
Just give me him versus Braun Strowman before you said, Strowman. Whoops. Nope. Not that
Omos.
Braun. Braun Breaker, y'all. Give me that
Braun Breaker
before
before Braun goes to the
yeah.
to the main
Give
roster.
me-
Speaking of Braun, did you peep that backstage promo?
Yeah, you know what? I'm a fan of whatever this is. I didn't think I was gonna like these two together as a tag team, bro. But this works. this works a lot. The Wolf Dogs.
The Wolf Dogs.
That's kind of a
The Wolf Dogs.
bro. I'm gonna go back and watch that entire segment just because that jump was hilarious, bro. Like Corbin's facial expressions and reactions to everything he said is like the Wolf Dogs. How long did it
That's what
take you
we
to come
thinking?
up with this? About
He's like 4 weeks.
we've only been
And-
tagging together for like a couple weeks.
Yeah, I was thinking about it in the shower. Wait, the shower. Braun, brother. Why you thinking about this man in the shower?
homeboy got single off of Cora and was just like, what?
What's Baron Corbin thinking about? Like, I'm taking a shower. I'm washing my balls, my butt. Baron Corbin?
Oh,
What?
bro, listen. They should do. Yeah. This is comedy gold, and I love when stuff like that just kind of Cena Orton back. That's a good way to look at it, but it just I don't know, man. I love when you have those like odd couple pairings that actually work, and then it's like golden. Like if they wanted to take that to the main roster, they could if they wanted to, but it works. I kind of want them to win the doggone tournament now. Not even gonna BS you.
Hey, man. I ain't against it. But Braun, I'm gonna need you to stop thinking about other people in the shower, all right?
Please, no wet dreams
Please.
at all.
Because you want to know what I do in the shower? I wash my ass. I don't think about other people. Like, shout out Muscle Man Malcolm. He was like, what other wrestlers do y'all think about in the shower? Bro, none. I don't think about none of them. I'm trying to wash and get out because I'm trying to save on my water bill. I am a man with bills. I do not want to run my bills up. So I ain't sitting in the shower like, ooh, I wonder what Killer Kelly's thinking about. I wonder what Core J's thinking about. Matter of fact, I wonder if Mello knows that Trick is on to him, but he's not on to him at the same time. I ain't thinking about that. I'm washing my ass, man.
No truth. Hey, truth, bro. Truth. But they're comedy gold, man.
But yeah, that shit was funny. Like,
those guys are hilarious, bro. And I didn't realize they were gonna play that well off each other like that. But man, that works.
Ken said, "Nah, Courtney, go ahead and take him back so he can stop thinking about Corbin."
Facts, bro. I mean, dang, I knew that was a lot, homie, when she left or when whoever left who. But gee,
But your first thought was thinking about Corbin. Was it the tattoos?
the man who's married to the Puerto Rican woman. That's what you think about.
Oh, his wife Puerto Rican?
Yes, his wife's Puerto Rican.
I understand you, brother. I get it. Them Puerto Ricans, I get it.
I know somebody who don't get it.
We ain't talking about that. I get it.
Oh, we not? You sure?
Wait, who don't get it? I lost the plot.
One symbol. That's all I'll say.
Oh, Matt Hardy. Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Hardy. There's rumors of Matt Hardy and Rebby Hardy, but here is my take on it. There's nothing to talk about. It's none of our business. Move on. We don't need to know. And stay offline. Stay the fuck offline, Rebby. But yeah, we don't need to know about that. Nah, I'm good on that.
Well, the words of my boy Rick, all I can tell y'all is based off what I saw at SummerSlam, and all I can say is I do it before the rest of the dirt sheets. That's all I can tell you. I'm shutting my mouth after that.
Yeah, we not saying nothing. That's why I be telling y'all, like, bro, we seen some shit in Detroit. That's all we're gonna say.
Yes, we did.
I was asleep. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was a sleepyhead. But when Dwayne came and told me about everything, I'm like, all right.
So whatever's in the dirt sheets, just know
It's the truth.
I seen it before it came out.
I seen it. I seen it.
I'm leaving it at that. Nope. Sorry.
I'm surprised he ain't bite y'all up. Oh wait. Wow.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh man. But yeah, I'm sold on this Braun and Corbin thing. I hope they win. I ain't gonna lie.
For
to you.
sure.
Like if they win, I would not be against it because I know who ain't winning. That's Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams.
Man, could they be more obvious that these folks is gonna lose, whether it's in the finals or whether it's in? Can they be more obvious with where this coming? Like, come on, my guy. Like, you just so happen to have a championship match on the same night that you tagging with your partner. Trick Mellow gang. The end of an era is coming, y'all. Just brace yourself.
At this point, I'm ready for this. This is another case of I'm ready for them to hurry up.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, because we see clear as day that clearly Mello is on SmackDown now, like officially. So,
in a way, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he pops up in the Royal Rumble.
Which is also weird because, my guy, why are you still on NXT at this point? Just to finish this storyline, it looked like, because, bro, you already on the main. That's fact.
Oh yeah, Mello do look drunk as hell. My bad. I be capturing screenshots just to get it. So yeah, he did look a little drunk. If you're not looking in at the video format, yeah, I caught a screen cap of Mello and Trick next to the Dusty Cup, and Mello does look faded. My fault. But yeah, man, it's obvious. It's obvious what they're doing. So hopefully, I'm just ready for them to get to that point.
Nah,
that's why I'm at with this.
Right there with you, brother, man. Let's see where it goes.
Like, we all know Trick ain't winning that title at Wednesday. Mello will likely cost him the title. And that's how they give him one final storyline with Trick, put him over as a big babyface, and he's off to SmackDown.
Yeah, pretty much. And then he's got to work his way back up from the bottom again so we can get him to that level on the main roster.
No, yeah, because if he's on SmackDown, that's gonna be a while because Roman ain't giving up that title. That's a whole different beast.
I ain't even talking about that level. I'm just talking about the mid card alone, man. You got
the U.S. title.
You got a ways to climb, my guy. Ways to climb. Because now,
what you think about this? Oh yeah, for sure. What you think about this? The Dusty Cup so far?
Not my favorite, but they've had some bangers in between so far. You know what I'm saying? Chase U and LWO for sure seem to have a pretty good.
No, that was a good match.
And that threw me off in terms of that particular matchup because I'm like, LWO, what are you guys even doing in this? Y'all on the main roster, bro.
I'm pretty sure they probably putting him back down to NXT.
Did they? Because they sure had the SmackDown graphic.
They
ran out of tag teams is what it was.
Yeah, they just got bodies. They just put bodies down.
Yeah, they were like, "Yeah, we're just gonna get LWO down here real quick to fill some blanks," you know.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure they'll be back on the main roster, feuding with Legado because that's a faction. So they pretty much. Oh, I pretty much understand. So Triple H got Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza. So they was like, we need a team. So here's LWO.
They said we're gonna get them. Yeah, it makes sense. I you know, kind of getting tired of the smiley Zelina. You know, I love you, Zelina, but and I like you got a beautiful smile. Don't get it wrong.
You ready for her to turn heel?
I need my bitchy Zelina back, bro. I need my spicy Zelina back.
Shout out to the Wrestling Girls podcast. I believe they had a pre-show. Is it Wrestling Girls? I was just watching it. But they basically said they wouldn't be surprised if if Zelina gets back with Legado and turn heel.
Either that Or
The Watch What Happens podcast. Watch What Happens NXT.
I'd
So
say
that's what I'm listening to.
I'd say either that or certain person named Andrade shows up and dare I say Triple H loves to reignite his black and gold. So far we've seen it. Looks like we might get that alliance back.
Okay.
Then I've also heard someone kind of throw out the fact that he could, dare I say, take over LWO and they just be separate from Legato. You know, one's running Raw, one's running SmackDown, and they never have to cross paths.
Put him back with Zelina.
Well, no, she'd still be with him. You know,
I'm about to say put him back with Zelina because
she'd still be with him, but they would just be a whole like now they got a tag team with him too. If they go to, like you said, if it's just him and Zelina, I ain't mad at it either.
So yeah, the tag team. So it'll be LWO versus Trick Mellow Gang on one side.
Mm-hmm.
The what was it the what was it again? The Wolf Dogs.
The Wolf Dogs.
The Wolf Dogs versus Axiom and Nathan Frazier. So it'll likely, if I had to predict, it'll likely be the Wolf Dogs versus probably Trick Mellow Gang in the final.
Yeah, that's what it's definitely looking like, and that's another reason why I'm kind of like, I hate. Remember when the Dusty Classic
You hate it when it's predictable,
kind of unpredictable back in the black and gold days, where it was like,
you kind of hate the you kind of hate the predictability of it.
Yeah,
that's pretty
like
much what it is.
You could just look at it when you looked at those teams. You're like, half of these teams ain't even nowhere near on these levels. And even though Braun and Baron are kind of like thrown together as a bedfellow team, it's working to the point where darn near they could turn into a legit tag team now because of how much gold, kind of like MJF Adam Cole was, where it was like they just threw it together, but it actually worked. This is starting to get to that same effect. And Trick Mellow Gang is Trick Mellow Gang, but we know the story of they're slowly breaking that apart. So, unfortunately, this is one that's just been predictable.
Oh yeah, so I mean, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. Next up, they got Roxanne Perez versus Lyra Valkyrie. Oh, before we move on to that, shout out to Malik Blade and Idris Enofe.
Yes,
we need to see more of them in 2024.
I agree, man. I'm kind of mad. Like, I'm like, bro. Now, that's one thing I will say about the Vince era, because in 2.0 they were getting more shine than that, and I don't know if the current management is not just behind them yet, or thinks they're lacking something or something. I don't know, but like you said, please give us more of them this year.
2024. I need to see more, because I'm like, yo, that tag match, that was some of the best shit I've ever seen.
For sure. It's sad they had to, pit the brothers against each other, but
facts.
What do you say?
What do you say about that? But yeah, like I was saying, Roxanne Perez is now the number one contender with Cora Jade out. She won they pretty much recreated the Call Your Shot Battle Royal with this.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Battle Royal, and then the Final Four converted into a Fatal 4-Way.
Man.
But Roxanne Perez will face Lyra Valkyria at Vengeance Day. What's your thoughts about this current direction for Roxanne? Because I believe she's embracing her inner AJ Lee.
Yeah, it seems to me they're trying to slowly turn her into a heel, I guess.
Or unhinged.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess. Maybe they're just showing that she just has a darker side. Who really knows?
This is the version I need to see more of. I ain't need to see that cookie cutter babyface they was trying to do with her.
Yeah, that's true. Hey.
And shout out Ariana Grace, bro.
Yeah. Hey man, I'm loving her, bro. She's the apple won't fall too far from the tree with that one, because she is comedic just like her father, man. I swear, she makes it work. But
yeah, Roxanne,
yeah, man. I like the fact that they're slowly giving you again with the Cora Jade unfortunate news. It looks like she's, like you said, just next up. with this edge. Like I said, if she's not going heel and they're just giving her more edge, then it's gonna be interesting to see because she wants that title back that she technically never lost. So not by pinfall anyway. So yeah, this should be very, very interesting.
Oh, yeah. Ken said he liked the cookie cutter Roxy too, man. It's like in ring wise, yeah, I love her, but it's just like some of the promo material they were giving her wasn't my cup of tea. So that's the only reason why I said that.
Legit.
What do you think about this JBL and was it Brooks Briggs interaction?
Not surprising. You know what? They have their JBL 2.0. If you think about it, they tried this with him and Corbin, and it just didn't work. But he fits that mold a lot better. If you look at them, they're eye to eye, so he's about the same exact height, same kind of similar build, has that same. It's just the aura he gives me JBL vibes. So JBL training him, mentoring him, I could see where that ends up turning into a thing, and this actually works. He seems like a darn near illegitimate stepchild or something of this guy. Like it's born for him to be in that new role. So I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes.
Shout out to Public Enemies podcast, or probably Ben or Graham, where they was like JBL gonna have him patrolling the borders by the end of the month.
Yeah, you're the new trainee. You're gonna build the wall. And you're gonna throw them over the border. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're gonna do it all.
But nah, hopefully it's a good deal because, like I said, it was fun. Like it's an interesting situation where they do, and hopefully they cook with that. Speaking of what's going on, Joe Gacy, the hell they doing with him, man?
I have no idea. I don't even think he knows at this point.
I think it's just fucking a vibe.
Maybe he is, and maybe this dude just wants to. You know how they do stuff with you and you just quietly want out? Maybe this is a situation like that. Maybe he's going to be the next one to be like, yeah, I kind of want my release. I don't know.
I feel like they're just doing the fuck it, let's vibe. That's literally all they're doing right now.
Mm-hmm. That's all you can really say about it. I just like the reaction of Booker T.
Like Booker looked like he wanted to literally knock this dude out. Like, bro, why are you next to me?
Yeah. Like, I don't know you like that.
And Vic is breaking the fourth wall. Like, bro, is this a part of the script?
Yeah, bruh. Hey, speaking of Booker, I gotta ask you your thoughts on something, brother. What do you think about our boy Jacob Fatu lining himself with Booker T out
there? Oh yeah, man.
I said, "Uh-oh, they training him up already, man. You know what that means? Won't be long."
I ain't gonna hold you. Jacob Fatu is what they're trying to build with Solo, and that's not a knock at Solo because Solo is great. Like, I'm not on that bandwagon of hating on Solo because they want to hate on Solo, but like, bro, I feel like what they're trying to do as far as like their Umaga and reincarnation is Jacob Fatu. Solo's best version was the street fighting champion. That was his best version, in my opinion.
Well, technically, he's still that moniker.
He's just. I'm talking about as far as like he's silent. The whole mute thing ain't really fitting Solo. Well, I feel like he's more of a wild card street fighter. Like him in NXT was cooking, in my opinion.
To be fair, you still have that. You just unfortunately stuck with this bloodline thing right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Bloodline thing is what's hurting it because he didn't want to be in that. They put him in that because they were like, "Trust me, this is going to elevate you more." The moment he separates from that, you'll get what you want back.
That's what I want back. I like what he's doing now. I like the whole enforcer thing, but I feel like he'll be better when he's by himself.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Because that's
and if anything, Jacob Fatu come to WWE, he should not be in no bloodline. He should be against them. He should be rogue.
Bloodline shouldn't even exist by the time he gets to WWE.
It should no longer exist.
To me, the bloodline is low key dead, but not. You know what I'm saying? It's low key.
It's pretty much dead in interest. Now it's just let's vibe until we get to WrestleMania.
Yeah, like pretty much. It's like at this point, we're just waiting on Roman to lose the title because once that happens, that's it for the bloodline. Like that's it. In terms of stable anyway.
Yeah,
So,
the bloodline ain't going nowhere.
oh, we know that. Yeah, no, heck no, not at all, bro. That is like trying to kill a zombie. It will come back for more and more and
More and more.
trust me.
You are stuck with our ass. Is what is happening right now. That's what we're stuck with.
Yeah, they're immortal. There's no doubt about that. But yes, I agree, man. We'll see how that plays out, man. We'll see what happens.
Last thing we'll say about NXT. What you think about this Tatum Paxley and Lyra Valkyria story?
Weird. And
I like that finish. That finish cracked me up where she got hit by Lola and fell into the pin. I let out the biggest belly laugh.
Yeah.
When that shit happened.
Yeah, I don't even know how to tell you, brother. It's just one of those things where it's like, okay, the look is interesting, but
she's basically Mickie James.
Yeah, this Nikki Cross like vibe I'm getting is interesting.
Nah, I ain't saying Nikki Cross. I'm like Mickie James. Remember Mickie and Trish?
No, I heard you. I said this.
Is it Nikki? Is it like a mixture of both?
It probably is because remember they did this with Nikki Cross first. This whole creepy
with
fan thing, but they dropped it because they were doing that with Candice LeRae, and I don't know, it just ain't going nowhere. So I'm just like you said, it's kind of a cross between the two.
I like it a little bit. I'm not hating on it.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, hey man, if it works for her and it's getting her TV time, by all means, bro. It's just I gotta let it grow on me some more, but it's cool.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Maybe because I'm just not into Lyra either, though. Like I'm just not really a big fan of her, so it's kind of like for me. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Long year to go.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I know I did crack up when she pulled out that
oh, yeah.
the wardrobe. I was like, bro, that's where her wardrobe, because at one point her bags went missing in storyline, and that's where they were.
Oh wow, you're right. That did happen.
Mickey Cross vibes, perhaps. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I like that. Mickey Cross. He's how I see myself.
He gave that. That is the definition of a dad joke.
Hey, dog. Yeah. There you go. I got you.
But yo, that's NXT right there. Let's switch over to Raw a little bit. Did you peep anything from Raw outside of the main event?
I went through the highlights. The only thing really catching my interest with Raw at the moment was R-Truth just being golden, despite the Sami Zayn comparisons I'm hearing out there. And they're recycling, basically doing the same thing. I'm like, yeah, it's similarities, but it is not the same thing, bro. It is not.
I am telling you this right now. This man is hilarious. This bro is Pusha P for Judgment Day.
Yeah, oh yeah. Like Truth is doing his own thing, y'all. And shout out to my boy, friend of the podcast or friend of the show. Sorry, can't call it podcast no more. But Truth is literally letting y'all know, bro. Like this man is number one in merch sales, and I'm gonna keep that trend going because I'm gonna grab that shirt just to support my guy right there. You know what I'm saying? Because dog, you literally passed like Cody Rhodes, John Cena, CM Punk. You passed all these folks. You're number one.
Because R-Truth is the truth.
It is the truth. And it's about doggone time my boy got the merch sales up like that. Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, they always did my boy a little dirty on the merch for like over the years. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, get that man some merch. You know what I'm saying? Like, they gave him the 24/7 title joint. They gave him something else. Back in the 2011 days, he had like a couple of dope conceptual shirts, but again, he was kind of like in that mid-card area, right? But like then the little Jimmy era, he had like a little Jimmy shirt. But now
R-Truth flipping the Judgment Day merch was some of the most naysayer shit I've ever seen.
Oh, facts. You know what I'm saying? Like,
is what
get your bread, my guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy for
CP in the parking lot.
In the parking lot, bro. Like, man, you can't make this stuff up, bro. This is too golden. And that's why I said, I'm like, look, man, Sammy is funny in his own way, but he ain't R-Truth funny, bro. Like to do this with this stable, man, bro. Come on, like come on, bro. It's two different. It's apples to oranges, is what it is, bro. Like real talk.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So try
Like
to
it's like Damien was about to push him out, but as soon as he pulled out that water cash, his whole mood changed. Money talks.
oh yeah, yeah.
Same with Finn and Dominic. And then what cracked me up was when Truth was like, when JD was like, "Where's my cut?" And Truth was like, "You have to be a member." So he's
and it's funny how Rhea doesn't get too involved in this lately, but yet when you see her,
that is an interaction I'm waiting for.
Exactly.
I am waiting for that interaction. Rhea Ripley and R-Truth. I want that
I
interaction.
really do, because we're not even seeing that yet. But you know what I'm saying? But like I've seen her.
They're trying to keep her serious. I understand why, but I still need that interaction.
Seriously, because like you've seen her in interviews, and like she's literally like, when they ask her about him, like she pauses and tries
because she's trying not to laugh.
And she's like, I don't even want to hear about R-Truth right now. He is not Judgment Day. And like when I saw that, I said, yeah, you loving it just as much as they are.
She's trying something.
That's why, like, she's the one member that ain't done nothing.
She's Roman Reigns.
Facts.
Remember when Sami Zayn, they want to do the comparisons. Roman Reigns did not want to crack.
Mm-hmm.
She's basically Roman Reigns in this scenario where she's like, I do not want to crack.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And when she finally cracks, because there's gonna be one segment where she's gonna finally crack.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
The greatest shit we've ever seen.
Listen, now granted she wasn't in character, I don't think, in that moment, but if I can do it, Truth can definitely do it.
Truth started begging to Finn like Pinky did to Craig on next Friday.
Oh boy.
Oh
man. Yeah, that's kind of been the highlight of Raw for me lately. I mean,
honestly, sure, yes.
Outside of like, I will admit though, as far as the Royal Rumble is concerned, I do like the storytelling that's being told though. I like that everybody's going into this Rumble with more story. Drew's got his story. Punk's got his story. Cody's got his story. The rumors of The Rock, if he becomes a surprise entrant somehow, has.
Speaking of Drew, speaking of Drew, what you been thinking? Like, has your opinion on him changed? Me, I'm still kind of calling him a crybaby a little bit.
Slightly.
But his points make sense.
Yeah, his points are making sense. So slightly. I mean, I did pop for the whole, him and Cody reminiscing on, when they
the dashing one.
Yeah, and I kind of totally forgot about that. I was like, oh yeah, y'all did, didn't you? That was such a dark era for tag teams, bro. That
it was 2010, 2011. We all did, bro.
Yeah, that tag team division was non-existent back then, bro. Like nobody was a real tag team back then. I'm like, oh crap. Dang, I forgot about that. But yeah, so like it was cool how they had a moment that didn't get physical. It was like a real heart-to-heart, but then like Cody saying, yeah, that bar that he dropped on Martin Luther King Day, you know what I'm saying, where he's like, hey, but who won though?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dang, Cody. Now that's
that man basically said it smell like bitch in here. Smell like bitch in here. You's a bitch.
Yeah, like who won though? You feel?
Who won, bitch?
Another thing I got beef with on this Monday Night Raw, and that's probably why I didn't really watch it. It tuned me out. I got beef with you, WWE. I got real beef with you, bro. How the hell you gonna have a Monday Night Raw with no on MLK Day, but you showing Ludwig Kaiser beating up on Kofi on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, bro?
Xavier Woods.
No, because they showed the replay of what he did to Kofi.
Show that. Let me not interrupt you. Let me let you get your shit off. Go ahead, bro.
They showed the replay of what he did. You gonna show the recap of that on Martin Luther King Day, and then have him try to throw a chair at Xavier Woods while proceeding to do such a thing on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Nah, bro. No, I got beef with that, bro. Black people supposed to be completely untouchable on that day, okay? I ain't see a black wrestler the first getting, you know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for that hero they called Jey Uso, who was an extended part of the culture, saying, nah, bro, not today.
Yeah.
You ain't doing this today, bro. Gone somewhere. My boy said, nah, you ain't beating up on Martin.
Speaking of that, you think they using that to build to Jey Uso versus Gunther?
Oh, certainly. Most certainly.
So,
because at this point, who else is better than that guy to take the title off of him?
speaking of Gunther, he declared for the Royal Rumble. I ain't mean to interrupt your rant because before we move on to Gunther, Xavier Woods got his lick back though. He actually went beast mode for Kofi. He had to run it back. He tried to kill like Ken said. He said, to be fair, Xavier tried to kill Kaiser by throwing the steel steps directly at his head. So that brother, he forgot where he was. So
True. But still,
at least he stood tall. At least he stood tall at the end. Let's go with that.
that's true.
At least he stood tall because they could have easily had him get dismantled by Kaiser.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's fair.
That's fair. So we're gonna give them that leeway a little bit.
Just a
little bit. But yeah, Gunther, he declared for the Royal Rumble. What's your thoughts on this?
I think this is what's going to probably set up him and Brock Lesnar, believe it or not. That's my thought. I really do.
Is that something you're interested in?
Hell yeah.
Okay, then. So
It's like, I would not be. Because think about it. He out there like, okay, what did he make known? He said, I was number one, and I darn near won the thing, right?
So what if they do that again?
You don't think?
Like, let's book that a little bit.
Right. Okay.
So Gunther starts off at number 1 or number 2. Like he's basically kicking off the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
And they get to like, say, 15, and Brock Lesnar comes in.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a standoff. And then it gets down to like the final 5 this time. I wouldn't put Gunther at the final 2. Have it at the final 5, and then Brock is right there, and he eliminates Gunther, and that's your WrestleMania match.
Go.
And I saw some people was like, well, Brock is going after the Intercontinental title. The way Gunther they've been booking this Intercontinental title, the Intercontinental title is damn near more important than the World Heavyweight title. On some real shit.
Yeah, I almost said more important than the Universal title.
Well, yeah, because Roman ain't never there. But
you can really debate those all 3 of them titles right now. Really debate them if you want to. Seth's bringing the work ethic. Roman has the record, the longer record, and he's got the record, but he's also there every week. So it's kind of like, well, so like you can debate those 3 titles right about now on who's got the number 1 spot. But yeah, no, that's exactly what I was thinking. More than likely he's going to get eliminated by Brock because realistically, you don't want to see Cody do that again. Punk could do it, but it wouldn't make sense.
So I feel like the Rumble, and this is slightly going to go into our predictions for next week's show, because next week's show will be our preview and predictions for the Royal Rumble. I can see them, whoever eliminates Gunther, that's your WrestleMania match.
Oh yeah.
So if it's not Brock, Jey Uso.
Yeah, Jey Uso. Yeah. The only thing stopping that one is the inevitable mashup of still wondering, will they do him versus Jimmy? Because there is still some.
I feel like that ship is sailed. Like Jimmy is back to being a joke. Not even a joke, more so like he's back to being the side man. They will literally have to make Jimmy cook for the next, January, for the next 2 months straight, and not take pins. Because the difference between what they're doing with Jay and what they're doing with Jimmy, Jay has not been pinned.
Which is
in singles matches. He's been pinned in tag matches. But as far as like singles matches, as of late, he's been winning.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna do that with Jimmy, that means you just can't put anybody against the bloodline at that point because you ain't pinning Solo either, like that. So
exactly.
Somebody's got to take the fall.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like they will have to So put it this way: if it's not, so if Jimmy eliminates Jay, that's your match, and that leaves Brock eliminating Gunther. If Brock doesn't eliminate Gunther, Jay has to eliminate Gunther, in my opinion, and that's your WrestleMania match.
Yeah, one would.
And that would be a good moment for Jay to win the title at WrestleMania to solidify, like, hey, it's just me, Oos.
It checks off the list of what he made very clear. I want to win my first solo title in 2024.
But yeah, it's just us predicting. So yeah, like Gunther declaring for the Royal Rumble, that got my attention. So I'm like, let's see what they cook.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of cooking, let's talk about Seth Rollins and Jinder Mahal. I wasn't a fan of that match. Because it was 3 hours. And I was fatigued at that point. So it was kind of hard to get into.
I'm gonna go the other way and say it was actually pretty dope, bro.
Because you didn't watch the whole 3 hours.
I mean, probably even if I did, I probably still would have liked it. But I still think it was, like I said, I think you should get out another watch, brother, where you got some time. Because
knowing me, I'll probably watch it while I'm editing footage. So
yeah, they did what they could, man, especially given their history of NXT and all that. I think it was good for what it was, man. 5-star level, no, but I mean, I still think there was a lot of near falls of like making you think like, oh snap, Jinder might actually pull this off low key, and you know.
Oh, Colossus, I ain't gonna lie to you, I can give them credit where it's due. That Colossus, I bid on it for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, it literally for a split second looked like he was about to win. I was about to be like, oh snap.
Ken, I'm giving him some love. I bit on the. That's what I'm saying. I'm not hating on the match. I know I tweeted out it's ass. That was my initial reaction. But the more I thought about it and the more I slept on it, it wasn't that bad. I can get on this show and admit that it wasn't ass. But I will have to literally watch it again.
So in other words, next week we'll have him revisit that, y'all, and see where he's at. At least he ain't Lexus King y'all with this, at least.
Oh yeah, at least I'm not giving up on the match. Yeah, Lexus King, I'm done with that shit. But yeah, as far as this match, it's like, yeah, I was fatigued with 3 hours, so I'm gonna definitely have to watch it again and just really like when I'm fully awake and just paying full attention to it. But yeah, you enjoyed it. That's cool.
Yeah, not bad. I'm always cool when as my boy Ken just put it, when the 50th champ gets a little extra TV time, I'm always cool with it. Go.
What do you think they go with Jinder after this though? Because he won clean.
I don't really know, because a lot of people were wondering, so what did that mean within this year? And they didn't come out with him at all last week or the week before yet.
But then they just came out of nowhere
tonight or that night. So it was like, I guess he's going back to end this year.
Back to being a manager, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. Because, I mean, what is he going to go for? He can't go for no gold. He can't go for none of them titles right now. Like, none of them.
So like we said earlier with Tony Khan, him getting this match made no sense because he was always losing. And then he lost again. So it's like, they're just going back. They either have to keep him prominent and work his way back, or they just have to accept the fact that they pretty much set Jinder up to be just
you could.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you could get him prominent back to that point if you want. I mean, you could always use more heels. So when you think about it, for that title, why not? Who knows?
But I heard Seth got injured.
Yes,
during this match.
I'm hearing that too, and we don't know the severity of this injury, but apparently it's jeopardizing what we potentially were going to get at WrestleMania with him and Punk. I hope that is not the case, because if that's the case, now what?
Oof. They're gonna have to pivot.
In what way is what I'm curious on at that point, because I'm like, well, what do you do?
Put the title, if he's injured, just have the title defended in Elimination Chamber, put it on Drew and have Drew versus Punk.
Do you want Drew versus Punk?
Hell no.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. You sure about that, bro?
I'm just throwing a name out there. Is what I'm saying. So hopefully that is not the case. Hopefully Seth is good to go, good to cook at WrestleMania, because all that teasing will be for nothing.
Yeah.
And that promo he cut on Punk will be for nothing.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's something, or if this is the case, if he's supposed to defend his title at the Royal Rumble, scrap it. Let him heal up. If it's not serious.
I agree. I totally agree with that.
They said he was able to walk, so I hope it ain't serious, says Ken Lewis. So yeah, hopefully it's not.
Can't always trust that, Ken. You know, we've seen people walk on. Charlotte kind of walked on her injury.
Nah, she couldn't walk. They had to help her back.
Yeah, she still walked on it though. She still put weight on it. Because when it's all gone, you still be able to put weight on it what you can anyway.
Oh yeah, we also saw Rue make her TV debut casually on Raw. You didn't watch Raw, but yeah, she pretty much, he walked in with her on TV. She's a mixture of him and Becky. 75% him though.
Well, hey, that's always fun, you know. Oh,
but yeah, that was adorable.
I guess speaking of Becky, there was that too. Since we
yes. Before we forget, how can I forget? What was that? They're teasing Becky versus Rhea.
Yes. Fun promo. Interesting twist in how she ended that, because I wasn't expecting her to say that. I think you might be better than me. I was like, whoa, okay, whoa, okay, that was subtle, but
do you know why they did that?
Huh?
Here's the story. You know how Nia Jax says she made the man,
right?
She was confident going into that match that she would beat Nia Jax. The woman who made you beat you with a punch. Your confidence is shook.
Mm-hmm.
So her going into this saying, I think you're better than me, her confidence is shot a little bit. She's not saying you're better than me. She's saying, I think. So I have to win the Royal Rumble to prove, to get to WrestleMania so that I can prove to you that you're not.
So it's John Cena when he lost to The Rock the year after, is what you're telling me.
Basically.
Where literally John Cena had to go through a whole gauntlet of battling his own confidence just to get back to that point.
Basically.
Are
you a fan of that?
Yeah, I've seen it before with her, because she was that way when she was a heel, remember?
Yeah, with Bianca.
Yeah, we kind of seen it before a little bit. But I mean, I guess if that's how they want to build to it, sure. Here's my thing though. Do you want Becky to be the first woman to win a Royal Rumble twice? Seeing as how she's already won the Royal Rumble before?
Yeah. See, here's my thing. Here's how I can see it going. They can go this way. Becky doesn't win.
Which is what I was thinking.
Bayley wins and have her story with Damage Control, while Becky goes through Elimination Chamber.
I wouldn't be mad at it, because Bayley winning makes more compelling of a story. Just like you said, because that whole Bayley.
Because she can literally, because I know a lot of people was like, Bayley, they're setting up Bayley to get turned on by Damage Control. I can book it like this in my mind. Bayley wins the Royal Rumble and she pulls a Batista in 2005. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna go after Rhea. But then she was like, nah, I see y'all plotting against me. I'm gonna go after you. And turns on the entire Damage Control.
And then
and that can turn her babyface.
And then, dare I say, that's where you can potentially have her having backup, because remember, she literally said in that cryptic story, I always have a backup plan. Next thing you know, Mercedes, Sasha Banks.
Yes, y'all. So fresh, y'all. Snoop Dogg and Sasha Banks, she the best, y'all.
It could be her and Naomi. They got her back. Next thing you know, I got backup. You know? So yeah,
because Io is undefeated as women's champion. She hasn't been pinned. She hasn't been beaten for that title. So the story tells itself.
She got pinned. She ain't been beat, bro. But you're right.
I'm talking about when the title's on the line.
No, I mean you just said pins. That's why I was like, she's been pinned.
That's why I corrected myself. As women's champion. As women's champion. As women's champion.
For that aspect, sure, for now. But
so yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's multiple ways. They could just give Becky the Royal Rumble, but then that would be real predictable.
Yeah.
But the unpredictable way would be Bayley winning the title, and they go that route with the story.
If you have to pick, I would rather it be Bayley.
Me too.
Honestly.
Me too.
Because I don't know anybody else right now that's just really deserving. I mean, it's kind of wide open for the women, but at the same time, it just makes more sense with Bayley right now.
True. So yeah, that's the route they're going with Becky and Rhea. So it's all about let's see what they got, what they're gonna cook.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly are they going to cook? I believe that's all I have for Raw. Pretty solid show. 3 hours is just way too damn long.
Yeah. Meanwhile, SmackDown just continues to just cruise on by. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. So I guess we can switch over before we get up out of here. AEW. Let's talk a little bit about what's been going. All Elite's wrestling. Adam Cole is the devil. So what are your thoughts on the Undisputed Kingdom thus far?
I like the shirts. Nah, for real. I mean, I guess it works for the most part. I mean, they're friends. They're all friends. I've heard a lot of people talk about they like Mr. Adam Cole here in the whole chair thing. They talk about getting him in a throne and having him bark out these orders and all that. So, I mean, you're a real tough guy being in a chair, you know what I'm saying? Talking and letting them know what's going to happen. Now, I think the Wardlow aspect of things is interesting. This whole planting of the seed of you're going to win the championship.
And give it to me.
Give it to me. And I'm like, the more he says that, when we keep talking about Batista vibes all day, well, shoot, you can't get more Batista than that. And how many Batista moments has this guy had?
They really going to have to, if they do that, go that route, they really going to have to sell me on that because I don't check that on Wardlow. I don't check the hell out of Wardlow. I'm over it.
I don't blame you, homie, because I mean it's like enough's enough, bro. Like how many times did you drop that TNT title?
3 times.
In fashions that was like, why? Why?
We watched the product, so you can't say we hating. We literally watched the show.
No, yeah. I mean, more power to them, man. If they're based off what they're speaking into existence, it sounds like they're basically telling us not if, but when homeboy gonna win this heavyweight title.
Yeah.
Now I just hope that ain't affecting Swerve winning this heavyweight title. You damn sure better not do that. That's all I'm saying.
Big pressure.
Black History Month coming up, y'all. So I don't know if you're trying to have Swerve win them in that month. Might be a little suspect if he did that. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll push the button a little bit.
Yeah, just a little
bit too on the nose. It's like, bro, okay.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just saying, whenever Swerve does it, let him do it.
Let Joe have a actual reign and then put it on. But I'm not saying a year-long reign. Like have it. Like that's one thing Tony Khan needs to get out of the habit of is year-long reigns. Just let them cook. That's it.
Agreed. Yeah, Joe. We'll see how that happens too. Because I like Joe as champ. I want him to have his moment for sure. It's just weird, their title picture is crowded, but crowded in a good way, but also kind of like, dang, man, like
it can go either way.
Yeah, like how do you book this? Like
that with his women's division.
Whole nother subject for another day.
Now let's talk about it right now. I need you to do that same thing you doing with Joe and Hangman and Swerve and all these people with your world title bitch. I need you to do the same thing. I'm tired of this whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. Now, bro, you need to hear this now. I need you to have it where me as a viewer can look at this match or who's the champion now? Tony Storm. I need to see a Tony Storm face to face with a Mariah May or a Deonna Purrazzo or all these other people. And speaking of Deonna Purrazzo, if you out here body shaming Deonna Purrazzo, fuck you. Point blank.
Stop. Just stop. Stop. Just stop.
Yeah. But it's like I need you to be consistent. I need it an even playing field. Like I want Tony Storm face to face with somebody. Like, yeah, I can see that match. Yeah, I can see that match. I want a Tony Storm versus a Thunder Rosa. I want a Tony Storm versus Deonna Purrazzo. I want a Tony Storm versus Jamie Hayter when she gets back. I want these people. I need that. I need that. I care for these people, but I need you to care.
True, but at the same time, I will say, whether it's by intent or not, Sky Blue, Julia Hart, these youngins are actually
Oh, and the TBS
really
Women's
growing up
Championship.
before our eyes.
Oh yeah, the TBS Women's Julia Hart. That's I will always advocate for Julia Hart. And then Tony Storm versus Athena. Whenever they drop the ROH title. Oh yeah, speaking of Athena, her versus Nyla Rose is about to happen on ROH. Did you see that promo?
I did not, brother.
I need you to check that promo and get back to me because that shit was hilarious. That was one of the greatest segments I ever seen in my life. Wow. Nyla Rose attacked her. Like she was talking, Athena was talking her shit. And then Nyla Rose snuck up behind her. Surprise, bitch, and just attacked her. That shit, I bust out laughing so freaking hard. I was not expecting the laugh that exit my body. Okay. That's how hard I was laughing.
Well, Nyla's good for that. Nyla's real good for that. Yet another darn shame in how her booking's been.
So much. It's like that's what I'm saying. It's like once he gets consistent with the women, or at least give the book for the women to somebody who's competent. You have Madison Rain on the staff. Give her the book. Hell, reach out to Impact and get Gail Kim or somebody. Get somebody who hell. Mickey James is over OVW. Get her. Shit, I don't care. Get somebody that understands. Like if you don't care, give it to somebody who do.
Nah, I agree because that division is heating up. Queen Aminata finally signed.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to you. First African-born woman to be signed to a main.
You did her. Have they used your theme for her on AEW, or is that or is that?
Oh no, that's Trish Adora.
Oh, Trish Adora. Sorry.
Who also
wrong person. My bad.
Yeah, no, you're good. She is also kind of sort of signed, but I'm not sure if that's a ROH thing or. So that's kind of we'll find out about that as time goes along. But yeah, man, I'm excited to see what happens. I will say that. And if they do use that thing, somebody let me know.
Oh, they use that thing, I'm gonna tag your ass.
Let's go.
I'm gonna tag. Make sure you guys, if you scan that QR code and go to Unleashed Anthem, you can literally click on Mike Mayhem Music and find Trish Adora's theme. So it's like,
yes, sir. There'll be some others that you guys can also find as well. We're working on some others that we'll be releasing within the next few weeks. So make sure you tune into that QR code. But specifically, it's the Gresh Unleashed pod. So keep streaming that Gresh Unleashed Anthem for sure.
Oh yeah, I know it's on my playlist. So it's like I better be on yours. I'll tell you that.
Get it.
But yeah, AEW, it's so many moving parts that it's like I feel like once they get the whole online shit under control. They should be good, in my opinion. So
yeah, they're having an interesting year, I will say.
It's just the beginning of the year. We're only 17 days in, 16 days.
17 days in. Yeah, it's. I'd like to see what pay-per-views we're gonna get. That believe it or not, there's still possibilities that certain people could walk into their company. We still have a lot of free agents out there. Not that we need to focus on that, but I'm just saying in the event of, for whatever reason, oh, look, so-and-so's here, right? Now, if you're going to target some people, go after some of the women. I don't know if there's still any women free agents out there.
I mean, they got some people from Stardom, Julia,
true,
all them people, but they're not interested in Julia, so who knows?
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
I can't really comment on that because I don't really follow Julia like that. I don't follow.
No, but she did have a killer match with Trish Adora the other day.
Oh yeah, for sure. On Battle of the Valley.
Yeah, so she's out here. I'm not sure if WWE's still showing their interest in her.
They probably are.
Yeah, I was about to say I think they were trying to get her. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I want to know how things are gonna be without MJF for looks like about a year. I'm here.
Oh yeah, because he's injured.
Yeah, so like that means we're gonna go a year without. You think you're gonna care about this Adam Cole MJF storyline?
Hell no. Me personally, no. No. I was already on autopilot before they revealed him, so it's like. But the only reason why I'm giving it hope is because I'm a fan of Chuck's or Adam Cole. So, but Dynamite on Wednesday is looking pretty interesting. You got Deonna Purrazzo versus Anna Jay.
Ooh, okay.
That's gonna be a heater in my.
Yeah,
I already
Tony
know.
Storm
I know
on-
Anna Jay's not really a hooper, but knowing Deonna, she's gonna bring out the best in her.
Man,
And Tony Storm is gonna be on commentary, so you already know that's gonna be an acid trip.
oh boy. Okay.
You got Bullet Club Gold, Jay White and the Guns versus Gates of Agony and Brian Cage for the ROH World 6-Man Tag Team match. This shit right here is annoying me. Why are they on AEW going after ROH World 6-Man Tag Team titles? What about the AEW 6-Man Tag Team titles? Oh, because they're trying to form an alliance.
Yeah,
but still,
isn't this also wild that they're suddenly babyface out of nowhere now?
I think because of the Undisputed Kingdom attacked them.
That's always a weird line with me though, when you have stuff like that and you're basically saying that, well, okay, this is happening, so you guys are basically going from being healed. I guess they figure since the crowd loves Bullet Club Gold, we're gonna just turn you babyface quietly. Kind of like what WWE did with the Miz, where it was like kind of like, wait, he's a baby? Okay, that was weird, right? Like it's just kind of like weird to me. But hey, let's rock with it.
Ken said, "I don't know if I want to make the hour-and-a-half drive for this card hike. I believe they're gonna be in North. They in South Carolina. Yeah, Ken, I would.
Wait, what part of South Carolina?
North Charleston.
That ain't too far from me. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I have to think about that one, dog. I don't even know. I have to think about that one. We'll see.
What's on the word on YouTube? New Bullet Club Gold theme debuting too. Are they gonna have a new theme? I gotta pay attention to that. I'm this podcast is mainly music too because we both in the entertainment industry. So
for sure,
I'm gonna definitely pay attention to that. But yeah, this match, I guess that's all I can say.
Yeah, no, straight
Will
up.
they lose? Likely.
Yeah, who can afford to take a loss here? I guess it would be them because, yeah, I guess Bullet Club Gold would win this. I guess.
Who knows, man? Honestly, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Dustin Rhodes versus challenging Christian Cage for the TNT Championship.
Dustin, man, hey, bro. Props to you, brother. That's all I can really say.
I believe they say he's on his way out, like he's retiring soon. So that's probably why he's getting this renewed push all of a sudden.
I can believe it. I mean, the brother been in the game a hot minute, man, and at this point, your brother
nearly 40 years, I believe.
Yeah, your bro's doing his thing. He's the face. It's time, bro. You did everything you needed to do. You know what I'm saying? You tagged with your brother. You won gold with your brother. You fought your brother.
Yeah, which is still one of the best AEW matches of all time, in my opinion.
Legit. So yeah, I mean, if he's riding into the sunset, no better way to do it than against this a-hole. So that's
the patriarch.
By the way, that's another thing. The dick in him that is literally like doing kill switch this way is hilarious to me.
Bum ass name.
Like, really, bro?
His name is the Unprettier.
Like, you really gonna just ignore my guy that helped you win that title back?
He's a dick. That's the point.
Man, if Edge's prophecy ain't coming to life, I don't know what is. It's gonna start with him, and then because I agree, man. It's like what I'm hearing on TV. Like this, they're basically just brainwashed. They're just a brainwashed cult that he is leading, and they have no idea. Like, bro, you do realize he's showing clear favoritism to brainwash people.
Yeah. So, Oh, Ken said he only traveled
I
to
don't
see
blame you for that
TNA
one.
and AJ. That's it.
I don't blame you for that one, brother. I do not. I do
Yeah.
not.
So if Dustin's on his way out, hey man, this will be a solid match. But they're pretty much building to Adam or Edge getting a rematch
Mm-hmm.
because
You
because he won. We didn't talk about that when we was catching up. He won the TNT title for like 6 minutes.
yeah, go figure. But I wasn't mad at it because Edge didn't really need that. Or sorry, Adam doesn't even need that.
Adam Copeland.
Adam doesn't really need that title, to be completely honest. He doesn't.
He doesn't.
He doesn't need. I don't know if he needs any title in AEW, to be real with you.
He's
So
really at that point where he's just fucking let's vibe until he just hangs it up.
yeah, I mean, in Christian's case, you would arguably say the same thing, but his character is just so freaking golden right now, being an a-hole, that him having that title is really doing wonders for that title. Because if it were around anyone else other than Christian right now, I guarantee you would not care.
Oh, I wouldn't. That's just being honest. I genuinely would not give a fuck.
Think about how many other times. Look how the Continental title has already been irrelevant.
Oh, the Intercontinental title? Yeah. Oh, the Continental Classic title?
Yeah. Look at how irrelevant it already is, bro.
It's on Rampage now.
It's already irrelevant. Like, dude, Tony, this is what I'm talking about. Stay off Twitter.
So many damn titles.
You're talking about gender, but you can't even make your own titles relevant, bro. Like, tell me how your titles. What is the most important title right now? In all honesty,
the world title.
What is your number one title in this company?
The world title because of who's carrying it.
Okay. What's your second most important title?
TNT title because of who's carrying it.
And what's your third? You see my point exactly. My freaking point exactly. All them other titles that you got, and you could only name two that was important of value.
Because I'm interested in those characters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, say Tony Storm, but it's because of who's carrying it. So 3. Because of who's carrying it. Not because of the booking, but because of who's carrying it. If those titles were to leave those 3 people tomorrow on Dynamite, I would not give a fuck.
Yeah. Okay. That's a little fair. You can make a case with some people.
That's just me. I'm not trying to tell people how to feel. I'm just saying me as a fan of wrestling. Me. I have to reiterate this because when you say stuff like this, niggas be assuming that I'm trying to brainwash people to follow my opinion. No, this is me. My opinion. If those 3 titles were to lose or be removed from Samoa Joe, Tony Storm, and Christian Cage, I would not give a fuck.
Well, hold on now, because Swerve took that title, you would.
But yeah.
See, the world title got legitimate people where you can be like, okay, if it was on him or him, if Adam Cole's healed up and he takes that title, he's like, okay, I can care about that. That's Adam Cole.
So 4th, Beast Mode said 3rd is international title. So that's what I'm saying. It depends on who's carrying it.
And who's carrying that title again? Cassidy.
Cassidy.
Right? OC? Yeah, okay. I can't even agree with that though, bro. I can't agree with that. The reason I can't agree with that is because you've had bangers with that international title.
The first run.
But why is Cassidy randomly going up to people and saying, oh, you want a title match? Here you go. Who literally have not even said that. They're just literally backstage interviewing, and he walks up like, okay, you got it. Title match tonight. Nigga, what? He ain't even do nothing to earn it. So I can't even give you that, bro. Like, I was going to let that slide because I had to think. And I'm like, nah. See, when him and Moxley had their match and before the stuff happened to Moxley, yeah.
Baby Sweet. What up, What up?
Hey.
What up, girl? I appreciate you. She said, I know I'm only invested in the titles based on who's carrying. Like I said, if those titles were for anybody else.
But see, that's the thing. Are you interested right now in Orange Cassidy with this international title?
Oh, absolutely not. I don't care. I praised his first run with it. until he dropped it to Moxley. Those two matches were two of the best matches I've ever seen from both men.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And I've seen quite a lot.
But in this iteration that we have right now, where he's just randomly going up to people like, okay, you got it. Here's a title match tonight. Thank you. That's all I need to know. See? Are you interested in the Acclaim being your freaking
bro? I be forgetting them. I be forgetting they those champions, bro.
I be forgetting they champions too.
I got a picture with them in Detroit, but it's like, goddamn, I be forgetting y'all champs.
I be forgetting they champs too, and that's what I'm saying. Are you interested in the Acclaimed? Are you interested in Eddie Kingston still? Probably the character, but are you interested in the title he's holding right now?
She said I wasn't invested until his match with Mox started. So that's what I'm saying. Some people were invested from the beginning. Some people were invested towards the end. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. They're not giving us anything to like really get invested in. And I'm not trying to bash the company. I'm just giving you, say, hey, give me more reason to give a fuck.
No, facts.
The AEW title. Yo, what's up, Tenshi? I see you over there. What's up, Tenshi? I see you, my boy.
Hey, what's good, my guy? What's good?
We might as well, because we don't got this conversation. Got the chat involved. The only person who's making it interesting for Cindy is Eddie Kingston and Tony Storm. Like I said, I'm interested in Tony Storm. Eddie Kingston, I'm interested because of Eddie Kingston. But then they're still not giving me 100% enough reason to care about the Continental title.
Yeah, I agree, because see, that's what's so interesting. That's why I say we're separating some things here, because I'm looking at it as it's not always the person, because it's that title too. Like the man makes the title or the title makes the man. But the problem is in AEW, it seems like these titles can't make the man because they're not making these titles relevant enough for that to happen.
There's so many titles.
The character has to make the title important. And if the character ain't important to you, the title ain't important.
And there's so many goddamn titles. And so mixing the titles are confusing. Exactly. AEW titles should stay on AEW. ROH titles should stay on ROH.
But now, didn't I tell you that from the beginning, though?
Yes. And I told you that with your ass, bro.
Way back.
I agree with your I agree with your ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's the booking.
I don't need to see Ring of Honor titles exactly on any AEW show.
It's already enough as is. You got let's since we running it back, let's run it back. You got the AEW title. You got the world title. You got the women's world title. You got the TNT title, the TBS title, the international title, the tag team titles, the trios titles. I feel like I'm missing one. The Continental title.
Mm-hmm.
The FTW title, which is unofficial.
Boy, don't get me started on that one. Because I'm sorry, I don't care.
That's 9 titles.
That's an official title, bro. You've been doing defenses with it. Yeah. Stop saying it's not. Like, bro, if it didn't count, then why the hell do you have it as a title regularly on TV?
I like what she says, but like we've been saying, you can't make the character interesting if they're not booked consistently, and that's AEW's problems sometimes. Mm-hmm. Frequently, I would add. They literally add titles, and then like she said, they add other titles, other promotions titles coming up. Is too much. Like, remember at one point they was doing trios. I mean, the AAA titles. Mm-hmm. That was getting defended at one point.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that era.
Now they're finna add another ROH women's TV title on top of the women's world title.
See,
so it's more titles.
You got people out there trying to campaign them to get women's tag titles.
That's another. It's like, bro, if you get this man to do, you want him to dedicate time to a tag team division when he barely dedicates time to the singles divisions. And there's 2 singles divisions. There's the women's world title division and there's the TBS women's title division. And you want him to care about a tag team division? You guys are going to be stuck bitching and moaning online for the rest of, like, I see them campaigning for a women's continental classic. Mm-hmm. Dog, that's gonna take him 2 years to finish because he only books 1 women's match per week. 2 if you watch Collision, 3 if you watch ROH, and 2 if you watch Rampage.
Bro, there's no way. Please don't. Like, nah, man, you can't do it. You can't.
He needs to book women first. It's so much. It's
No.
like, bro, and I love it. I love it when we give constructive criticism. They be like, you need to keep the same energy for WWE. I say the same shit over there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
There's too many titles over there. I ain't gonna hold you. They need to split up the undisputed tag team titles or merge them into one and have them float both of them. They don't need to be mostly on Raw and not on SmackDown. They need to float.
Oh yeah, I definitely say merge those. They should have been merged. Like those should have been merged. They should have merged it the moment they merged all them titles that Roman had. It was like, bro, nah. So yeah, she said it'll last a year.
Yeah, that Continental Classic for women's Continental Classic will last a year.
Darn
maybe
near.
a year and a half.
Darn near. You'd be like, dang, this thing's still going on.
It'll start in June 2024 and end in June 2025.
You'd be like, finally.
I will be married by the time that Continental Classic ends.
Nah, for real, bro. For real. I'll probably be married. That's what I'm saying. It's like, man, come on, man. Stop. Just stop. But
yo, you hear that? You hear that? You hear that? You hear that? He said he will be married to you by the time. I'm just playing. I'm about to get you into a marriage on the show. Come on. It's too many factions. That's what I'm saying. It's too many factions too.
Yeah, what is it with that, bro? Like you got all these, and none of them are important.
You got Mogul Embassy, United Kingdom, or not United Kingdom, Undisputed Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, who else? Oh, the Acclaimed is a faction, I think.
The BCC.
The BCC. I don't know if they're a heel or babyface. They're literally white boys in black that's just vibing. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, nobody knows, bro. That's the problem. We don't know. Yet they have the nerve to say, "Oh yeah, Daniel Garcia should totally be in BCC." Oh
to do what he was doing in Jericho Appreciation Society.
You know, at this point, I don't even know if we should say that nigga's name right now. That's another thing.
Yeah, that's a tricky situation.
It is a tricky situation.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, that Battle of the Belts tag team match they had was kind of fire. I ain't gonna hold you.
Didn't get a chance to see it, but I saw where they basically was playing this nigga's theme all through the dog.
No, you talking about that brawl where they playing his thing and then they piped in crowd noise? It's like, bro, this ain't gonna go away. It's gonna be a while before that shit goes away.
Mm-hmm.
So
stuff like that,
man. But yeah, it's so many things we can complain about with AEW, and it's like it's starting to get to the point where it's way outweighing the good, and there's a lot of good.
There is. It's a company. That's why I want this year to be a turnaround for them in some ways of, you know, what we keep seeing and what we keep hearing of. You look at AEW from the first 2 years, and you look at it.
The first 2 years was hard to get through. Some of it was terrible,
but not as terrible as what you got right now. That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't even say it's
2 years.
Yeah, the first 2 years they was trying to find themselves.
Right? A whole different. They weren't focused on, oh man, WWE released this person. Let's go ahead, bring them on in and make them the hottest commodity, only to drop them like 2-3 weeks later and forget all about them. Right? It was like, no, we are the alternative to that company. You forced WWE to step their game up, much like WCW did in the Attitude Era.
Don't lose that focus.
And yet, somehow, now you're trying to keep up with WWE again. Where you're tweeting because, oh, Jinder Mahal's got it. What do you care? He don't.
Why do you care? Why do you care so much?
Focus on who you are.
Oh, yeah, because every time you be catching his interviews is always, well, WWE, nigga. If you say WWE before you answer the goddamn question one more fucking time, I will take your nose, twist it, and punch you in the throat.
Facts, bro. Like, come on, man. Come on. Just keep doing what you're doing, bro. Like, we got...
Ken said the first year and a half was hilariously terrible. That's what I'm saying. It was hilariously terrible. Like, they was trying to find themselves. So I was fucking involved. But it's like, bro, you're like, what, 5 years in now?
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on now.
But you still had golden moments even in some of the terrible stuff, though. You get what I'm saying, guys? Like, if you go back and look at some of those feuds you had the Kenny Omegas. The tag team division was actually a tag team division.
Oh, yeah, because they won Tag Team of the Year for 2020 or for our End of the Year awards.
You didn't have that many titles congested
It was literally world title, tag title, and women's title.
And the women's title.
And then
That
they
was it.
eventually brought in the TNT title because of Cody and that stipulation.
Exactly.
Because that's the reason why the TNT title is because Cody couldn't go after the world title that he booked himself into.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
And then they brought in the TBS title because they didn't want to beat Jade Cargill for the world title. So they say, here's the TBS title.
Mm-hmm. And then since then, it's just been a domino effect of here's a new title, here's a new title, here's a new title, here's a new title. Well, my god dang, bro. Is everybody getting consolation prizes around this month?
Literally. Oh yeah.
Shoot, me Gresh want some titles too.
Shit, give me the
AEW.
give me the AEW He-Man Woman Haters Club. Little Rascals pun there, you know.
Oh boy.
But man, oh yeah. Kenny ran AEW with like, oh yeah, remember Kenny the belt collector? That was a good time. That was 2020 when the world was shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and they also back then they only had 2 shows to focus on. It was Dynamite and Dark. Now it's Dynamite, Collision, Rampage, ROH, a whole freaking company. So it's like Tony needs to hand the reins over for ROH to someone like a Bryan Danielson when he retires, and he needs to focus on AEW. So he needs to fund ROH on some real shit. Y'all can hear me out. Y'all can clip this too. He needs to be just the fund for everything and steps back.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to be the boss, the final say, but he does not need to be in charge of creative for nothing. He needs. I'm not saying hand it over to a wrestler because it's tricky when you hand it over to wrestlers. He needs to hand the reins over to someone who understands the business but also knows what to do with it. Kind of like when we said Vince McMahon lost touch. I'm not trying to compare the two, but Tony Khan, he's losing his grip on it, if he even had it all the way, and he needs to step back, hand the reins over to somebody who wants to see AEW move forward. If he got to give it to a retired Bryan Danielson, if he got to give it to a Paul White or whoever, or Mark Henry, or somebody who understands the business but also pays attention and knows how to book a show, do it. I'm not talking about no Eric Bischoff or Hulk Hogan. We don't need that shit again. We need somebody. And that's another thing. All the people who were doing it are leaving.
Mm-hmm.
QT Marshall's
out. I was just about to bring that up, sis. I'm glad you brought that up because that was a whole nother thing. You're losing the people that were making it organically what it was, and now you're inserting these new people that we don't even know
if they care.
Yeah, like folks out here just collecting paychecks low key, and soon you're gonna have a WCW Thunder type situation on your hands, bro.
It'll be WCW 2001.
You do not want that. You do not want that. We don't want that. Not with the way wrestling is right now. No.
We do not need WWE 2018-19 again. You know the one.
Or freaking 15, 16. You know
or TNA 2010.
Oh, God. No. Yes.
TNA 2011, 12, 13. Well, no, scratch that. 13 was kind of fun. But like when they lost Spike TV, when they lost the Spike TV deal, the dark ages of TNA, we don't need to go back to that. I be doing these retrospectives on this era of TNA, and they are hell. Even to this day, they did not age well, and they was not even aging well when it was live. Imagine going back. What was it? 14 years ago. They're not aging well at all. So please.
Oh man, no,
we're doing this. We're saying this because we love you, man.
No, seriously, we do love you.
We love AEW. We want the industry to have an alternative. We want the industry, but you have to take the constructive criticism with the bad. Like we're saying, if you're gonna have all these titles, you have to dedicate time to them that you don't have. If you're gonna have ROH titles, you have to keep it on ROH. If you have to quote unquote create another show for ROH, you have to do it. But it's like, bro, something has changed, and I feel like we've been going on talking about this long enough because it's like, damn, we're reaching we're about to be a 3-hour show because we feel like we're saying the same shit.
We're on this thing right now, boy. We ain't trying to do
We're
that.
not trying to do that, man. But yo, man,
I'm probably trying to be running Day Night Raw to y'all with the Gresh on Unleashed pod.
right?
It's just
Like we're tired. Like we're tired of saying it's the same shit over and over and over and over again. And it's like, bro, we want them to do better, get better. Because at the end of the day, we want wrestling to thrive. And it will thrive. We will cover your TNAs. We will cover your M&M. Like, we're not dedicating our time to watch strictly this. WWE, AEW. We're covering your other shows. 2024, we're going to be covering a lot of other wrestling. But we just want, and it's like, the way we're structuring in this show is like, we're going to highlight the good more so. We're going to talk about the bad, but we're going to highlight the good. And AEW, 2024, you got to get this shit right. Like, get focused, stay the fuck off Twitter, stop going back and forth about what WWE is doing. That's the reason why TNA failed for the most part, because they kept focusing on WWE. It became WCW light in 2010 to 2012, and they lost people.
You can't duplicate what has happened in the past. TNA tried to do it like WCW. It failed. Do not follow the same formula.
Please.
Period.
Please. Don't have these wrestlers running the asylum. Don't have none of that shit. Like, find what you want to do. What you want to shape your company around Samoa Joe. Shape your company around Swerve Strickland. Shape your company around Tony Storm. Like, shape it around these people and let them cook, but be consistent with their booking. None of that 50-50 bullshit. None of that inconsistent booking. None of that oversaturating the divisions because you want to be sports entertainment. If the shit sucks, it sucks. Move on from it. Don't drag. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, the devil shit, the only reason this shit was dragging. It was time to move on from that. And they finally moved on from it. Thank God. The devil is Adam Cole. And we got the Undisputed Kingdom from it. Will they keep me interested in from a year from now? Because Cole is technically injured and MJF is injured too? To be determined. But as of now, probably not.
Damn, brother.
But yeah.
Well, I got one more final thought for you on the AEW tip before we wrap it up, brother. I have to ask you. Keith Lee, man. What do we do with this Keith Lee experiment in AEW at this point? Is it time to just go and figure life out for a while, reinvent himself?
He needs a reset.
Get a fire back, motivation back. What do we do here?
It's funny how you see how I literally answered before you even finished the question. He needs a reset. I said that even before he got injured again. He needs a reset. Like, he needs to really take time away, like, find what the old Keith Lee is and really reset himself. Because right now, I feel like I think the whole start-stop pushes, the dragging of the inevitable Swerve and Keith Lee match hurt him a little bit. And him with the COVID thing, pretty much he was pretty much sick for the most part. Didn't do him any favors. So I would say just take this time away, reset, find that spark again, and come back full throttle. I don't know when his contract is up or how they're doing, but it's like, bro, it's time. It's time to reevaluate what they're doing right now. Because if he comes back and goes after Swerve, I would not give a flying fuck. That's just me being brutally honest. I would not give a single fuck.
I don't think anybody would. It's just he's too far above Keith.
Too far. It felt, and it's like no disrespect to Keith, but him versus Keith at World's End, that felt like a downgrade to Swerve. And that's no disrespect to Keith. That's what it felt like.
It was a blessing in disguise that he got hurt. To be real with you.
I mean, who he ended up facing was no better. It was Dustin, but But yeah, that's what I feel like. I feel like he needs a hard reset.
Man.
And
yeah, gotta agree with it, brother.
But yeah, before we get up out of here, though, we got to do it. We got to give our song of the week. Let's check the chat before we get up out of here. His contract was done on the 1st, and I think he'll resign when he's healed. Hey, man. Shout out to Relive Revival. Like, yo, I love her. But yeah, she keeping us in the loop. We can definitely get her on the show. She's talking about MJF though. I think she's more so talking about MJF. So yeah. As far as with Keith Lee, yeah. We'll see. It's like it's a whole bunch of scenarios. Like it's all about what they do. But I definitely don't think he needs to go after Swerve. At least not right away. Like he needs to get on Swerve's level at this point.
I agree. I totally agree. Man.
Like West on the World, he said, I'm over it too. Surely a downgrade. I was hoping the result was going to be that at World's End. But it's like we wish him well. Like we wish Keith well. Like that's the thing. It's like I'm not dismissing Keith Lee, the wrestler. I'm dismissing my interest in Keith Lee right now. Because he needs a hard reset. Because it's like I support everybody black. But if you're at a standstill where whatever you're doing is not working, it's time for a reset. Point blank period. Point blank period. That's where I'm at right now. But yeah, man, we're gonna wrap this up. Song of the week. We usually close out every episode with a song of the week. Yeah, we got so many. The chat is live, but yo, she said she don't think Tony is investing in him either. Oh, we can tell.
For sure.
The way that man was literally not booked. Like Keith Lee was injured. If Tony was interested in him, he would have still found a way to book him on the show. You see how he booked MJF and Adam Cole while they're both injured? If he was interested in Keith Lee, he would have found a way to keep him on the show.
Not to mention, it's just, I mean, funny, really, because when, quote unquote, he wants to get mad at WWE for tampering with contracts, the moment we knew Triple H wanted Keith Lee and Swerve back, you want to get mad at that, though. So it's like, oh, you're not interested in booking him, but the moment Triple H want him back so he can show you how to book him,
that's when you want to get mad.
Yeah. Because we do know that once he does reinvent,
I feel like if Keith Lee's contract expired with AEW, he's definitely going back to WWE.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. I mean, his wife's there. He's reinvent, like you said, take the time to heal, reset, reinvent yourself. And you don't think Trips is gonna be like, come on back, let's get you back to where you were at,
and let's see what you're gonna do.
For sure, easily.
So it's like, bro, you're it's like bro, you're not interested in it. So stop with stop focusing on Jinder Mahal and get your roster right.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Will Hook,
well said.
Will Hook versus Samoa Joe Cook tomorrow? We don't know.
Oh man, I definitely think it will, bro. I think this is gonna be it's gonna be a situation where it's gonna just showcase that Hook is the future, right? Like Joe gonna let him be in a way to show that he's that next badass. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be in a way where it's like you're not ready yet, but believe you me, you will be in this position within the next year or 2 or 3. So
yeah, we'll see.
I can't, and I hope Taz is on commentary.
Oh, you know
when
he
they
will.
do.
You know for a fact because Taz got history with Joe in TNA.
Sure do.
So yeah,
and that's why I can't wait to see.
So the moral of the story of our long ass show today, Tony Khan needs to stay off Twitter and book his company, and really go dive deep, or hand the reins over to somebody who can book it and call it a day. Keep the titles in ROH and keep the titles in AEW and nothing more, unless you want to do Battle of the Belts, because you can get away with that because it's Battle of the Belts. Whatever, it's a special whatever. But on a weekly show, it's hard to give a shit about titles if there's titles everywhere. There's too many titles. There's too many titles. If you want us to care more so about the women, book them prominently like you book the men. I'm not saying you have to have a super card of women. That would be nice. But I'm saying like be consistent. Don't give them that dedicated time slot and then you move on. I'm talking about across both shows. Dynamite and Collision.
Nice.
WWE is in an interesting position now with their road to WrestleMania. I'm interested in road to WrestleMania. I'm interested in AEW hopefully picking up. But hopefully you guys are interested in us before we get up out of here is our song of the week where we pick a song of the week. And if typically whoever is here, we pick a song that you guys want to vibe with us, that our whole mood with it. And it will be posted on social media throughout the week as well. So you guys keep it tuned to the social medias, Gresh Unleashed podcast or Gresh Unleashed, and it'll be listed. But do you got a song for this week?
I do, man. I'm gonna go with the OG, straight out of Texas. We're gonna go with my boy Scarface featuring Tupac. Smile.
That's I ain't heard that one in a minute.
Yeah.
It's like I like how you said smile because my song for this one is it's a little mellow tone, but it's Hold Us Together by her
Okay.
and Tarn Wells.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
we had the same idea in mind then, bro. Because
I'm going with a mellow vibe. It's a new year, got to go with the good vibes. We just tore these people a new one, but it's just like yo, we got to get the vibes right.
come on, people. Come on. But thank y'all so much for rocking with us. Shout out to the chat. All of y'all who basically stayed this entire darn
Yeah,
near
it's literally almost 2 in the morning. I'm surprised y'all still here.
wow.
Like,
Like
my God, y'all here with the
you know
vibes.
what I'm saying? Y'all the real MVPs.
But
Appreciate
no, these shows ain't gonna be this long. We just had we had a lot of shit to catch up on.
facts. We're usually a lot quicker than that, y'all. But look, appreciate y'all for rocking with us, vibing with us. We love y'all.
Where can they follow you on social media, my boy?
Oh, for sure. You already know. Look, man. If you want to follow me personally, rap artist, all that good stuff, man. All things Hi-Lite Life, HILITE Life, right there on the scroll. You'll see it. And of course, when I'm not here on this good show, we got the Life's a Botch show. I can't say podcast anymore, y'all, but Life's a Botch. All things. I had to change the names a little bit due to the fact that I had to take podcast out the name. So on TikTok, it's Life's a Botch _OTS. And then on Instagram, it's Life's a Botch Crew. All right. I tried to keep the names the same, but apparently people would be trying to steal names out here or whatever, so it wouldn't let me. So
Get that shit trademark, my boy.
Legit, man. It's crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get that.
We about to get
so.
over here, so you already know 2024 is about to be a year of logistics and legalities. So yeah, I feel you on that. You about to get trademark.
Yeah, well, it ain't even just that. It's just usernames, bro. Like you got people that's like, you ain't using that. Like you.
Oh yeah, I'm still trying to get the @Gresh username everywhere, but everybody using it. I'm like, bro, these accounts are inactive. Give it to me.
Exactly. Like there should be a limit on social media. If they're not active, bro, give up that name so somebody with an active account can use it. But we'll figure it out, y'all. Y'all bear with me, man. Like I said, I'm getting with Derek so we can make sure everything's like solid. If all of them have to be Life's a Botch _OTS, that's what they'll be. But just look up Life's a Botch. Trust me, it'll pull up all the socials and all that good stuff. And of course, OTS. Like I said, that's the platform behind my platform of why I have the show that I have. So if you follow all things OTS Media Co., YouTube, all that good stuff, you'll find our show and a bevy of other shows if you like fashion, music, all that good stuff. I'm gonna pass that thing back over to my boy Gresh now.
Oh yeah, for sure. But if you haven't already, make sure you guys follow and support the Gresh Unleashed podcast @Gresh Unleashed on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. YouTube is @Gresh Unleashed Pod, and make sure you guys continue to support the home of all things Gresh, which is Gresh Films. Publicly, Gresh Digital Media is our company name, but Gresh Films is pretty much everything you're going to see in the forefront. That's going to be pretty much what you're going to see promoted. Gresh Films, Gresh this, because I'm outside of me doing the podcasting thing, I am a freelance production engineer, so it's like operator as well. So I was doing some stuff with BET and all this other stuff. I'm heading DC to help with some school teachers, or not school teachers, some superintendents. So I'm gonna be in DC for a bit, then I'm gonna be in Florida for next week. So a lot of moving parts and stuff like that, but also make sure you guys support the content, the main content. People don't realize that Gresh, the creator, started on @Gresh on the YouTube. We are on the road to 10,000 over there. Let's try to get to 10,000 by February, March. Like that's the goal. And I'm going to be continuing with the content. But yo, I appreciate you guys' support for real. Make sure you scan that QR code so you can stream Unleashed Anthem as well as Talking Ish. That is also up there as well. Like, shout out to Hi-Lite Reel as always, my boy, my right hand man, for creating those theme songs. For those of you who don't know, it was literally just like, yo, hey man, can you make a theme song? The man said, yo, I'm gonna make you 2. So that's how dedicated this man is for all of us to grow. And hopefully you enjoy what we do here, and hopefully you guys continue to support each other, continue to grow, show love. Always and forever shout out to Mama Gresh, because none of this would be happening if it wasn't for her. Love her for life, for always and forever. And with that being said, yo, we will catch you guys next week, because we will be back here for episode 55. We're on the road to 100 episodes over here. So it's like, yo, shout out to everybody who hit over 100 episodes in the Black wrestling community. Shout out to y'all for real. Love y'all. And with that being said, you guys stay safe out here in these streets. And remember, like we say, always eat, sleep, flex, and repeat. We appreciate y'all once again. We out. Y'all be breezy.
Yeet.
No yeet.